are continuing where we left off last session, so I'm going to give a quick recap of everything that happened for anybody watching the VOD or just tuning in, anything like that. The players have been dealing with some issues in the town of Valaki for quite a few sessions now, and it's definitely spiraled into a big mess for several reasons. They, entering the town, they saw the Baron, they saw Lady Wachter. It seemed like there was this kind of feud between who is a better suited person for the town. Both of them are incredibly sketchy. The Baron is just insane and likes to host parties every week. Lady Wachter is, she was a little strange and unsettling, and this past session, the party discovered that there's a lot more to her, that she runs some sort of strange cult in her cellar. So the party tried escaping 2 sessions ago. Unfortunately, they split up with Ismark and Irina, and Ismark and Irina got captured. Isaac, the man who works for the Baron, had been kind of obsessing over Irina that they discovered, and they weren't quite sure why. They now know that Isaac is actually Irina's blood brother. They don't know the whole story there. What the heck? They knew that Irina was an adopted sister to Ismark and adopted daughter to the Burgomaster, but they don't know the full story. But Isaac was so set on not ever losing Irina again that he had Irina chained to him so that he would never leave, that she would never leave his sight ever. So the party, just with some help from Rictavio in town, were able to get some disguises and try to figure out how to save Ismark and Irina. Their first thing was to go to Lady Wachter and talk to her and see if she could help. She offered to bring Isaac to them, and that they could go in her cellar and try to fight Isaac and take care of that problem for her. And they did. They decided to agree to go into her cellar, which was where they found this insane cult happening in her cellar. So they knew that Lady Wachter probably could not be trusted. They fought off Isaac as she brought him down, but they told Lady Wachter that to just leave because she was going to try to help Irina escape town with a friend of hers, Vasily. But they realized that they just cannot trust Lady Wachter, so they told her F off, basically. And she said a few words and summoned these skeletons. So skeletons, cultists, and Isaac were all attacking the party, and it was quite the fight. And where we leave off right now, the 4 of them are worn down from this fight. They did level up from level 4 to level 5, but they are really not doing well after this fight, and they realize that Ismark is going to be executed in the town square by the Baron during this festival for his insolence. And Irina is pretty set on wanting to save her brother. They managed to save Irina. So the 5 of them, the 4 party members and Irina, remain in the cellar by themselves. Not sure where Lady Wachter is, not sure what's going on. They have a limited amount of time to go to this festival and try to save Ismark. And that is where they are right now. So you guys, yeah, you leveled up. You have your spell slots that you would have gotten from the level up, or any new things that you would have gotten from the level up, but your health remains the same. What would you guys like to do?
Oh no.
We don't know.
Is this what pain feels like?
Decisions are hard, I know. It's hard.
Can you show us the map?
Of Valaki?
The town map?
Yeah.
Help us.
So, to show everybody, the crew is currently in the Wachter house here. Lady Wachter's house. Her mansion. The town square is, down here. This is where all of the big festivities for the Festival of the Blazing Sun are happening in just a few hours. And where the Baron plans on making an example of Ismark and killing him.
away from church.
Yeah.
Yes, and the church,
We're on the other side of town.
where their only ally that they know of right now is Father Lucien, who's all the way over here.
I mean,
It's
like you were
possible
saying
he's
before,
at
we
the-
could go to Blinsky's. He's just right there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's possible that the father's at the festival.
True.
It's true.
Might not
but,
have to
I
go
mean,
all the
it's
way
still a safer place to rest, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think we're safer here in that we have only 2 entrances. Like, people can approach, but at least we should hear them approaching.
Maybe. There's also these 2 cultists that we have tied up here. I just remembered.
We could
Yes.
interrogate them for more information, I guess. If we have anything specific we think we could glean from them.
What are the cultists wearing, by the way? Are they wearing like creepy black robes or?
Lingerie.
They are wearing, yeah, they're wearing robes. They're wearing long, black robes.
I'm still wearing my Morning Lord robes. They might be a little worse for wear, but
Yeah.
I'm still wearing them.
So, I guess 2 questions. Yes or no on the short rest. Are we going to try one? And do we want to take it here or somewhere else if we do want to take it?
I think we want to take a short rest if we just don't know.
I
It depends
feel
on
like-
where.
Yeah.
I can use one of my 2 third-level spell slots to cast invisibility to get to the church, and we can rest there. Then what we do after that?
But
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna-
just
we have
worried.
to-
That's
Somewhere
almost
else.
that's almost a mile we'd have to cover.
And that's going to
Yeah.
take away a lot of opportunity or a lot of options later on if you use those spells.
Yeah,
And that probably just walking there
take
would
a
probably
little while.
cost us another 15 minutes, maybe even longer,
Yeah.
going sneaky.
I would say let's take the location we know, and we're here. We can try it. See how
Yeah,
it
it
goes.
might be the best option to just try to take a long rest here.
No,
A
not a
short
long rest. A long
Or
rest.
not a short rest. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
It's a long rest for
Um,
you, Third Crow.
I would
Frickin'
need 4
elves.
hours, and I already benefited from one today, so I can't.
We have like
Oh.
2
Do you
hours.
guys, if you want to short rest here, do you want to short rest in the cellar, or do you want to try to, I mean,
We can
there
go
is a whole
upstairs.
mansion here.
Yeah. We could try that.
Let's try going
Thing
up.
is, we don't know where Lady Walker went.
Yeah.
True.
She's assumed that we all just died down here.
I mean, we kind of looked at the map. There's at least 2
She did,
floors. Do we...
just as a reminder, like, she did say that she had plans to go to the festival. And now that you guys have taken care of Isaac, whatever plan she has may be unfolding at the festival.
Spoilers.
Say it like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you guys are worried about this location, just as like a little insight for you guys, like that's
She's not here, but she could be doing something worse somewhere else.
Yeah, don't worry, guys.
So
Don't worry, guys. You're fucked anyway.
At least upstairs, we potentially have vision to see if somebody's coming down the street.
More important,
Yeah.
high ground. Sorry.
Silver Walker.
Thank you,
in the
Obi-Wan.
background.
Yeah, I would say maybe go up to the 2nd floor and see if we can't find like maybe even an attic to go and hide out in. Would be my idea.
Hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I think. Well, what should we do with the cultists that are down here?
Should bring them with us.
Get them tied up. Do we trust them to not make noise?
Were these the
or
ones that
anything up?
begged for their lives? They were, right?
Yeah, we can gag them
yeah.
and bring them upstairs. I don't want to let them out of my sight because I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know if if that fiend is still down there.
All right, let's bring them with us.
Yeah, imp too. Oh no. That invisible imp that will probably just follow us upstairs.
Yep.
I don't know. I did say something to it, and
Yeah.
I don't know if anything happened.
Still, exactly.
Walker.
But Gizzard would say that these cultists, I think, should be put to death for what evils they were performing.
Is there any way to lock this door? Like, is there any? Is it a door?
It doesn't look lockable. No, you could maybe. It's kind of like a push door, so you can't. There's no lock on it, but there may be some way to stop the door from opening one way.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I try to seal the door with my thieves toolkit?
One sec. Actually, let me just look at this. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can roll me a. Use your thieves' tools. A sleight of hand, maybe with.
You can't just use like the thieves' tools, like a dex check.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, with just sleight of hand anyway. So, yeah, just roll me a dexterity or a sleight of hand.
Okay, sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's fine.
11.
11. You managed to try to make a sort of like trap on the door. Not necessarily a trap, but like a stopper to stop it from moving. Though you're not confident that it can't be broken with a lot of force. You know, somebody like a child or somebody might be able to be locked in here, but you feel that maybe somebody could break through with brute force based on the contraption you made.
All right, we'll go upstairs, I think.
So are you locking them in the room then?
No, locking the imp in, but taking the cultists with us, I thought was the plan.
Well, like I said before, I think these cultists, for their dark ritual, deserve to be put to death. I do not trust them.
Oh, I've been muted. Torhas just kind of looks at Gizzard, not disapprovingly, but inquisitively.
But do you all want to let them go?
I was gonna say we can let them go when
Trust
we
them?
leave, but not right now.
I agree with Tira. We don't want them to go running to Lady Wachter right now. But
Well, they wouldn't go running if they were dead.
they surrendered. We're not gonna. We shouldn't attack those who have surrendered.
Perhaps they surrender just to stab us on our back later.
Well, that's why we're
I
gonna
do
keep
not
them
trust
inside of us.
I do not trust these creatures that were performing these rituals.
Well, let's put it this way: we can keep them tied up here, and we can leave them tied up, and leave them to their own devices if you so choose. I will not kill an unarmed person, nor will I let you kill an unarmed person.
That is what you all think is appropriate, I suppose. I will accept whatever happens, as long as you accept any consequences that might happen by this choice as well.
That's fair.
So be it.
The cultists are awake, right? Like they're conscious.
Yeah, they're tied up and gagged
They
and
can just
everything.
hear us talking about should we kill them or not. Just surprised they haven't said anything.
I mean, are you guys having this conversation right in front of them, or are you?
I mean, we haven't moved.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're literally right there.
Wait, maybe having this conversation in hushed voices, like in a corner somewhere.
I
but
would imagine,
not, like,
yes, that
speaking
you
with
guys.
them right in front.
As Gizzard keeps looking over them, licking his face.
So I'm gonna kind of gesture to them with one of my daggers and say upstairs.
Okay, they comply, and so you guys are gonna go upstairs with the cultists.
Yes.
Okay. So, you guys all end up going up the. Are you gonna go up the stairs to go outside, or are you gonna take these stairs here? I'm
Outdoor
assuming-
stairs.
Indoor stairs.
Yep. Okay. So you do end up in Lady Walker's closet here, where there's kind of this secret door, which leads to the servant quarter type bedroom.
We could short rest in the servant quarters.
Yeah, that
Keep the cultists in a corner.
seems reasonable. We have a back door if we need to get out.
Yeah.
Sure. Is that a second Torhas too?
Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh,
yeah.
he's a wide
Oh.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Boy.
Absolute unit.
Okay, so you guys are gonna rest in this room, nowhere else, not gonna explore her house at all or anything?
Torhas isn't really interested. He's
I
covered in blood. so maybe he'll,
Thurperel
like,
is
wash
definitely
off himself.
interested, but I think time is of the essence.
Yes. Okay. So you guys can roll your short rest. You, Irina also will join you guys upstairs. She also resting, but looks very worried, of course. But you guys do believe that you have, before the official ceremony begins, you have a few hours. So resting for about an hour. Yeah, you guys can roll your hit die.
How many hit die can we recover?
How do you
As many as you're.
interrupt it up?
You
should probably have his full hit dice at this point, unless
Yeah,
you've been
you
using
guys
them
didn't
pretty
do-
often.
Have any?
Yeah, we didn't have combat for like 3 days or something like that, so.
Yeah.
And so, sorry, just one question. So we're at 4 before the level, or is it 4 before the level up? Do we go to 5 from the level up, or would we still be at 4?
You'd be at 5 now. So
Okay.
you're level 5, so you can roll up to 5 hit die.
Is all of them?
And I
Four
think.
hit-
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just talking to myself basically.
Okay. I would also like to
Yeah,
don
nice.
the juggler's outfit again.
Okay. I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Salud.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna
I yelled
spend the
into
short
mic.
rest trying to fix up the robes a bit so they look a little bit less disheveled.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of fix up these a little bit as you're resting on the bed here.
Torhas is gonna use his water skin and get a small cloth and kind of just wipe off a bunch of the blood from
Okay.
his scales and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, you
You
guys.
would get-
blood in his own.
You guys do a good job, like, freshening up post-fight as you're recovering.
By the way, you would get your Constitution modifier for each of those rolls, so you get an extra 8 hit points, I think, of that 35.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah, I
house.
do.
Oh.
Yeah, you get it for each roll.
Didn't I already?
Well, you rolled 3d8 plus 4, right?
The
Your
plus
con
4
mod
is
is
the
4.
Constitution, isn't it?
Yeah, but you get that for each roll that you do. So you would get
Oh,
another plus
I
8.
get 12, right? Or no, 8, because it's only 1 plus 4. Yeah. So I'm 60. Nice.
So what's your guys? Let me see. Okay. Just curious. Do you guys update your just D&D Beyond?
I
Do you do both?
I try to keep them in sync, but
Yeah.
I'm just
I can't
adding my
always-
level 2 spells. I forgot to add those to my roll 20, but they're on my D&D Beyond already.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Is there a place to track hit dice in D&D Beyond?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
If
Yes.
you click on the short rest, it'll tell you your hit die.
Ah, okay.
I've mostly just been doing spell slots on D&D Beyond. But I'll do the hit points if people actually use it.
All right. So you guys are rested, as well rested as you can be right now. What would you like to do?
I guess we can head to the town square.
And what is our plan once we get there? Free as Merc by any means possible?
I think we have to assess the situation when we get there. Hard
We
to
shouldn't
plan with-
we
You,
shouldn't
I-
barge into the town square. We should try to
Yeah.
blend in with the crowd. And
Do I cast invisibility on myself and Torhas going to there? So we don't draw attention on the way there,
How far is
hopefully?
it? It's like half a mile,
Yeah, like like
quarter of a mile, third of
yeah,
a
half a mile is about accurate.
mile. How long does invisibility last?
An hour.
Oh, okay, we're fine. Yeah, that works.
And
Okay.
what about the cultists now?
we
Are
leave them
releasing
here.
them? Or
We're not releasing them. We're just leaving them here. Tied
Are
up.
we leaving them
tied
here
up.
conscious or unconscious?
Good point. And Taurus is gonna threaten to like
I'm
knock them out with the
gonna-
back of his axe.
I'm gonna walk outside the door and let you guys decide that.
Okay, I think I will knock
Everybody.
them out just so it takes a little bit longer. Non-lethally, basically.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll knock the other one on lethally as well.
Okay. Go
And
ahead
then
and
just-
roll your guys' attacks.
Probably with
And,
advantage, right?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage because they're
Now,
tied up.
so.
I have
Oh,
advantage
sweet lord.
anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's
Okay.
what it's. Boom.
Yeah. Just
Not
you guys.
lethally.
You guys go ahead and I'll say you both knock these guys out, and they just lay there on the beds, unconscious.
Yeah, I'd position them on a bed if they didn't
Yeah.
land there. And then head out the back door.
Okay. So there's also Irina. She goes
Yeah.
into the closet here and finds like a long cloak. And she dons that, but yeah, that's gonna be basically. She just says, This is all I can think of for disguise." And
Can we look around like the house to see if we can find like either like a bedroom or an office or something for a couple minutes? I
There-
kind of want to see if I can find anything else out about Lady Walker.
This is like, yeah, her living room area and her den area. You see a portrait of, well, you would assume to be her husband. Her and her husband and their two sons. The husband looks like a striking image of the two sons that you've seen. Is there anything? So if you want, you realize that there's also an upstairs. So if you wanted to investigate her bedroom or anything like that, you could go upstairs.
I'm gonna ask if the guys mind if their girl can help me search upstairs.
Sure, but let's be.
I
Let's be
would like to be relatively quick, but I kind of want to see if I'm a little curious if Lady Walkner expected us to be dead. She might not have been as protective, and we might have a better idea on what we're walking into.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So
What
let's.
exactly are we looking for here?
I don't know anything suspicious. Planning takes effort, doesn't it?
I suppose I don't really do much planning, to be honest.
I'm gonna just raise my eyebrows and kind of nod my head like that makes sense.
All right.
I suppose I would go and help as well.
You guys go upstairs, and there is a long hallway. Oh, not a long hallway, but there is a hallway. Upstairs hall. So a hallway with a window at each end wraps around the staircase railing, Framed portraits and mirrors festoon the walls, surrounding you with judging looks and dark reflections. You hear something scratching at one of the many doors.
Which
God.
door?
It's another glove.
Perception check? Actually, yeah. Okay, yeah. You
Oh.
know that it's this. You hear something at this room here.
Who took Isaac's keys, by the way?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
I would
I-
like to
I
look
took
at
his axe
this
and his-
door. And I'm gonna
like-
point, I'm gonna point at this door and be like, something's in there, but I don't know if I want to go in there.
And I'll check out this door.
Okay, that door is unlocked. This bedroom contains nothing out of the ordinary. A neatly made bed, a table with an oil lamp on it, a handsome wooden chest, and a slender wardrobe, and a window box with drapes.
Does the room look recently used?
Yeah, looks like somebody is living in this room. You suspect it's probably one of the sons. She does have 2 sons.
I'm gonna just look in the wardrobe real quick, see if I see anything that would work as a good disguise for anybody in the party.
You just see, like, nobleman's clothes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll pop back out of that room.
I'm gonna pop into this room over
That
here.
room, okay, that's
Try,
also...
trying to leave the room as much undisturbed as possible. So closing the wardrobe, closing the door.
These double doors are locked, as you try to look at the room with the double doors.
I'm gonna look at Thurkarel and be like, "Do you think you can pop this, or
I'll-
should I be more free?"
I'll pull out my tools and
Okay.
try to pick the
Yeah,
lock.
you can roll, Oh my god!
Sorry, 14. I shouldn't have had.
What?
the advantage check.
A
Sorry.
30! 19 plus 11! Holy shit!
It should have just been 14. Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, it just... Rogues.
The fact that you could roll that
Yeah.
high.
The fact that you can roll that. Okay,
Expertise.
What level do you get, like, consistent
Double
talent or whatever
expertise?
it's called? No, consistent talent, where, like, the lowest you can roll is a 10. When do you get that?
Oh,
Uh,
rogues.
that's level 11.
Okay, so you probably won't
Rogues
get there, but
and
yeah.
level 20 bards are the bane of every DM's existence. And druids, actually. Druids are also very powerful. Okay, so you do manage to unlock this door. And Tira, if you enter, as you enter, this room is crawling with cats. Bookshelves hug the walls, but most of these shelves are bare. Other furnishings include a desk, a chair, a table, and a wine cabinet. The room has an irregular shape, and none of its angles seem quite right, as though the shifting of the house has set the whole place on edge.
I'm going to check the desk and the wine rack.
So this is why
As-
Tracy wanted us to come up here.
As you're, looking through, these cats, they're somewhat friendly, actually. They are, like, there's one black cat, one, gray tabby, and they're like, meow, meow, and they look like they're looking to you for food. Meow.
What's the name of the black cat?
Midnight.
Not many?
No.
Minnie could be short for midnight.
Yes.
Midney.
So, what's your perception, Tira?
It's a perception?
Oof. When I need it, I get an
Actually,
8.
what's your passive
Or,
perception?
passive, yeah.
10.
Okay. You notice that the gray tabby has a small key hanging from its collar.
I am going to slowly. I'm going to pet the gray cabbie and then try to take the key off.
It kind of like struggles a little bit with you, but lets you take the collar.
Yay!
So you go to the wine cabinet. The cabinet holds a fine collection of wine glasses. If the desk contains parchment, blank pieces of parchment, quill pens, jars of ink, wax candles, and a wax seal.
Okay. Can I check the table and also what kind of wine's in the wine cabinet,
There
or
is
is it just glasses?
there is no wine in the cabinet, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna check the table and then quickly make my way back out. I'm gonna actually. Is there anywhere in this room that has a key? That can I look around for a lock?
You don't see anything with a lock in here.
All right. I'm gonna just do the quick check on that table, and then I'm just gonna kind of hold the key out for Thurkarel and be like, "Found this."
Roll me an investigation check. You notice that a lot of the bookshelves look empty. Like, not as there are so many long bookshelves, but not a lot of books in them. One section of the bookshelf that you see kind of near the desk has like these weird hinges on it.
I'm gonna investigate the hinges and try to see if I can move it.
It does move, and so it opens up kind of this secret door here into this room down here.
All right. I'm gonna gesture to Thurkarel, saying, "Secret room over here."
All right, I will follow into the room.
What are the other two, Torhas and Gizzard? What are you guys doing while these two are investigating?
I
over
would
by
have.
Arena.
You're still
Yeah, I would-
downstairs?
Yeah.
I'm still downstairs. I would have gone and investigated this room kind of off the dining room, it looks like.
Okay. I'll go to that quickly. So that room, let me just check. Wood paneling, embroidered rugs, colorful furnishings, and a blazing fire make this chamber stifling. Mounted above the mantel is an elk's head. Across from the hearth, a tall, slender window looks out over the dead gardens. You see some pretty valuable things in this room. There's a beautiful golden goblet, crystal wine decanter. You see very expensive looking candelabras, a bronze urn with frolicking children painted on its sides.
Okay, so Gizzard really doesn't have any idea what sort of like planning things that we're looking for. But is there like any I don't care about any of that expensive stuff.
Mhm.
Is there any like just like desks or drawers or anything like that?
Not
Around
in
for
this
me to look in?
room. It looks more decorative than anything.
Okay, in that case, I would probably leave fairly quickly after entering. And
Okay.
not really search too much further. I have no idea. Gizzard has no idea what he's looking for.
Okay. So, upstairs, Thurkarel and Tira, you guys enter this secret room. Behind the hinged panel in the bookcase lies a dusty 10-foot square room with curtained window and shelves lining 3 walls. On the bottom shelf rests an iron chest. The other shelves are bare.
Can I check if the chest is locked?
It is
Or
locked.
sorry, it's trapped. Sorry, can I check if it's trapped?
Oh, roll me a investigation check.
It's a mimic.
Oh boy.
19.
Yes, there is. Well, it looks like there's a trap if somebody tries to open it with a lockpick, but also looks like a key would be able to disable whatever trap is on this this chest.
Can I pull out the
Okay.
key that Tara handed me from the cat and carefully
Yes.
try it and unlock?
Yes.
I gesture to Tira to stand back while I do this, just in case I mess it up.
So yeah, you're able to unlock it, and with the key, that disables the trap that was hidden inside the lock. And there's an iron chest with a lot of items inside.
what's in there that doesn't look too heavy?
So there is a silk bag with a lot of money inside. This says Electorum, but I feel like nobody uses Electorum.
Electrum, yeah.
Yeah, or Electrum.
I did in my campaign too.
I would grab the bag of Electrum.
Okay. It's 180 Electrum pieces.
Okay, so divide that in half, and we would get that in gold. So 180, so 90 gold.
90 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. So 90 gold piece, silk bag. You see a wooden pipe, 5 scrolls, another, similar to what you saw Thurkarel on the cultists when you were searching their persons, you see a leather case with a manuscript titled The Devil We Know, a blasphemous treatise bound in leather titled The Grimoire of Four Quarters. And then a very old letter you also see.
So I'd probably grab the Electrum and the scrolls and read the letter.
The letter looks like it's written to a Lady Lovina Wachter from one Lord Vasily von Holtz, thanking Lovina for her hospitality, loyalty, and friendship over the years. So it's written from Vasily von Holtz to a Lady Lovina Wachter.
And sorry, what's the? Just skimming it. What's the kind of thesis of the letter or whatever?
Just thanking Lady Lovina for her hospitality, her loyalty, and her friendship as a fellow noble patron of the land of Barovia.
So I think I'll pocket the letter as well, and then I think I'd leave the pipe and the leather case.
Okay.
Chera, do you want the Grimoire of Four Quarters or no?
I will hold on to it. Seems like a interesting thing. Investigate this area.
So then I think we should probably head out then after that.
Yeah, we shouldn't stay much longer.
Okay.
Do we want to leave it as we found it, or?
Yes.
Okay, so I will,
Close the
the secret door, try to put the key back on the cat.
Okay.
And then try to get out of the room without any of the cats getting out, which may be difficult, I don't know.
Meow.
And then...
Meow. The cats are, following you guys.
Please make him make a check to try to put that key back on that cat.
Actually, roll me a dexterity. Roll me a dexterity,
Sorry,
check.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. 11.
Yeah, you don't immediately get this cat, the collar back on.
Away.
It runs away. It jumps up on one of the shelves.
I'm gonna put a ration down on the ground.
Okay, now they all come swarming at you. So eight cats surround you.
I'm going
Russ is
to
probably
I'm
just
gonna
talking
point
to
at,
Irene and suddenly hearing all this
I'm
cacophony
just gonna
of
point
meowing.
at. I'm just gonna point to Thurkarel and be like, "No!"
Okay, I'll try again.
Roll me another dexterity check.
Can this be an animal handling instead?
Yeah, actually, sorry. Yeah, roll me animal.
Actually, Dex would... Dex would probably be better. But...
Yeah, animal handling is
Okay,
good because now that you guys have food in the mix, so you are able to slip the collar with the key back on the gray tabby kitty, and Tira is feeding them, and they are all being very friendly and rubbing against her leg, and you guys have a moment here to quickly slip out without all the cats running out.
Yeah, let's try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Wachter is a crazy cat lady, confirmed. Okay, so you guys are back out in this hallway.
can I try to relock that door?
Yes, you're able to lock it from the outside and just close the door.
Okay. So I'd
From
head
the
back
inside,
downstairs.
Okay.
And I present the 90 gold that I found and the scrolls.
As you guys were heading down the stairs, you did hear more meowing coming from a different room. Meow.
Which room did it sound like it was coming from?
It sounded like it was coming from this room.
Same room as the
That
scratching
was the room with
right?
scratching.
Meow.
I think leave it for now.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. We've spent what?
I think Ismark is the priority.
Yeah.
But I would offer each of you, I guess, what's 90 divided by 4? So
22
22 and a half.
Yeah, uneven.
Well,
22
Yeah.
and 5 silver.
yeah. I assume you guys all take it.
Boros accepts.
I accept.
And I'd hand the scrolls. I'd say I have no idea what these are.
You give them to me? Is that what you said?
Yeah, to Gizzard, because you're our resident wizard.
Says-
Wizard.
Yeah.
As far
might
as
be
you
able to-
identified yourself, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might notice, like, Gizzard, as you hand them, is a bit confused, but as you mentioned that he's the resident wizard, he's obviously... Of course, yeah, yes, of course. Can I read any of them and see what's on them?
Yes.
Should only be ones that I think are on my spell list. So, wizardy ones.
If they are spell scrolls, I mean, they could also be, history scrolls or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. I assume there's at least one spell scroll.
There is a spell scroll for minor illusion. And a spell scroll for sleep.
Do you know sleep?
I don't. I know minor illusion though, unfortunately.
You
The scroll of sleep
also,
might help.
within there, underneath the scrolls, you find one thing that kind of sticks out. Notarized deed for parcels of land given to Lady Wachter, or the Wachter family, by Count Strahd von Zarevich, nearly 4 centuries ago.
Okay, so you said it was to the family, not to her. Okay.
Yeah, to the Wachter family.
So I was gonna say, like, hold on a second, how old is Lady Wachter?
Yeah, so
Okay.
you notice that hidden
Um,
among the spell scrolls.
Pull it out and say, was this what we were looking for? It's a deed to the house.
Perhaps. I mean, it's, I think, more evidence to incriminate Lady Wagner.
Yes,
But I don't know what we should do with that.
I'll hand it to Tira, I suppose. You might know what to do with this more than me.
Can I look over the deeds and does it specify which lands?
The house, it definitely has, there's one other, parcel for, somewhere outside of Valaki. Not quite sure where, but, the house is the one, in particular that you see.
All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. Do we want to go try to figure out what to do about Ismark now?
I think that's our most pressing.
Yes,
What has everyone been doing this whole time?
She has
By
just
me, but
she has asked you several times when we plan on going or what we plan on doing.
We're
What-
going now, I think.
do you guys have an idea of how to do this?
I think we want to try to blend into the crowd. I think we want to try to blend into the crowd, see what the situation is, and then I don't know how we want to actually do it. Do we want to?
We should dress
should
her up like something else.
Yeah, we should also have Torhas and Gizzard probably hang further back.
I was planning on making us invisible.
I
Works
can,
for me.
if he's in shackles, I can pick the lock.
Works for me.
Assuming I can get close enough without guards crossbow shooting me with a dozen crossbows or something, you know.
I think the first thing we should do is scout the area out and see what is going on.
Agreed.
Speaking
do
of
we
which,
want-
where are we going first? Are we going to the square or
Yeah, I
are we
think the
going to
square.
Baron's house?
I
We have Isaac's keys if we wanted to go to the house and see if he's there, maybe? Or do we just go to the square first?
think the square might be easier to blend into the crowd, but I don't know. I'd imagine the execution would probably be public and would probably be in like the town square or something like that.
I agree. I think we should go straight to the square. I believe he's being locked up there right now.
Let's go.
I think that would be the best place to go.
So if you guys are going invisible, is there like a code word we should use if something's going badly?
It's morning time.
Okay, it's morning time.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna cast invisibility at 3rd level on myself and Torhas.
Okay.
And I'm in the juggler's outfit.
Okay. Tira's wearing the Morning Lord robes. And Irina is donned a long brown cloak from Lady Wachtter's closet. And you guys proceed. Oh, not that. Hold on. You guys proceed out. Out of the Wachter house and begin making your way down to the town square. Just roll me at advantage stealth checks just to see how well you guys just blend in general.
Are we all at advantage or only the people who are invisible?
You're all, because you guys are in
17.
disguises.
The Invisibles get 17, 18. Oh, Tira.
The paladin. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's that my hair is still black, so.
you guys make your way without incident to the town square, where the festival is well underway now. There is, from what you see, like I described the other day, you see people carrying these different wicker crafts. Specifically, a 10-foot diameter wicker ball is being hoisted up. And you see spectators all across the town square. There is some food and drink. So they're hoisted, hung from the 15-foot high wooden scaffold, is this big wicker thing, and you see people splashing it with oil. You see Isaac. Oh, sorry, not Isaac. Sorry. You see Isaac. You see Lars and Marcus. And Ismark. Ismark is chained to one of the, or he's on one of the whatchamacallits. Not the rafters. I'm trying to think of what they are.
Stocks.
Or what, like,
Stocks.
yeah, the
Stockade.
stock, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
right on a stockade. Lars and Marcus, though, the two of them,
Already hung.
they are tied up to a horse.
Oh.
And as you guys approach the town square, the Baron and his wife, or the Burgomaster and his wife, are already there. The wife, holding a sad bouquet of wilting flowers, walks up onto the stage next to her husband. Weary spectators watch from their stoops, watch from the ground. The Burgomaster cries, "All will be well!" And he holds a torch and sets this wicker ball ablaze. And it begins burning. This effigy begins burning ablaze. And
Is it just a random effigy, or does it look like anyone specific?
no, it just looks like a big
Just a
wicker
round
ball.
ball.
Alright,
It's
yeah.
supposed
Yeah,
to
okay.
It's supposed to look like the sun.
yeah,
right?
represent a sun.
Okay.
So it begins blazing. You guys capture this for just a minute, and nobody seems to notice you guys as you approach, as everybody's eyes are on the stage right now. And the thing begins blazing, and as this is happening, there is a tear in the sky, and almost as if there's somebody up above making this happen, it begins pouring. The rain just downpours onto everybody and the festival, and the wicker ball begins to die out a little bit from the rain. And in that moment, a singular laugh erupts from above, or from the cloud, or from the stage, and it's Lars, who ironically is laughing at this. Laughing that all of this to-do is happening in the square, and then it suddenly rains. The Burgomaster, his fiery gaze looks straight at Lars as he motions for the horse to move, and takes both Lars and Marcus, who are tied up by their necks, and the horse is set, and the two of them are killed within seconds.
Snap the neck.
You hear the crack of the neck snapping and the galloping of the horse. All the people watch without any sort of reaction. They just watch it happen. And you see the two people that you once befriended killed in front of your eyes.
One.
Here's a did we?
Their limp bodies as the horse is just running around the square. The galloping, and their bodies are just being pulled.
Rip.
The Baron continues to stand there smiling, as if this is normal, and once again shouts, "All will be well! Let us continue the festivities!"
Is it still raining?
And the rain continues to fall.
I'm going to clench my hands around the hilt of my flail, but not do anything yet.
I'm gonna. Torhas takes his
Grit my
executioner
teeth.
mask. I guess he's invisible, but he puts it up like above him so he's not getting wet.
What does the guard situation look like around here?
There are a lot of guards here. There's probably at least, from what you notice, 12. They don't, so there's two, there's only two right now at the stage where the stockades are, and the Baron and his wife, who are continuing to stand there. The rest of them are just kind of scattered about in the crowd. The crowd's pretty big for this small town. There's gotta be at least like 50 people here, but they just 50 to 70 people. They just don't look like very much at all. You also notice in the crowd a few people that catch your eye. You see Rictavio, and you see Lady Wachter. She is talking with some other people who look a little more well-dressed. Yeah, you see her there, and you see Rictavio.
Do we see Ismark anywhere?
Ismark is on the stockades right now, still locked up on the stage. Doesn't look like the Burgomaster has done anything yet, but he's there.
And how far away is the stockade from the crowd of people?
Probably like 15 feet, 20 feet.
Anybody have any plans?
I don't know at this point in time because there's a lot of guards, but they're on the stage, and he just killed 2 people. So I'm mighty angry at this point.
Is the horse still running around dragging their bodies?
The horse has now left the square, or at this point, like it was a few minutes. It was running around the square. Now it's kind of taken a turn down one of the roads, but it still is holding their bodies to it.
Is there any sort of way we can distract them or try to get Ismark freed?
I
would be asking Thurkarel this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I can do in the way of a distraction.
Is there a way we can set a fire or some kind of distraction somewhere?
It's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, or a loud noise or something to draw attention. Maybe draw some of the guards away.
As you guys are kind of sitting here for a few moments and just kind of staring at each other, trying to figure out what to do, Rictavio does make eye contact with Tira and Thurkarel as he recognizes the juggler's outfit very quickly. He makes eye contact with you guys and just kind of nods.
I'm just gonna have a rather severe look as I try to figure out. I'm just gonna try to like look at him and be like I'm trying to even figure out what expression I would make. I'm just gonna raise an eyebrow and kind of like gesture towards the Baron and just like kind of shrug my shoulders a little bit while looking at him.
He nods as you gesture to that, and walks away quickly to go get a drink at the food tables that are in the square.
I'm going to meander over nonchalantly as well.
As you do, he kind of subtly walks to you, as he's like grabbing a plate of food, and maybe you are as well, kind of like walking over. He walks past you and quietly says, "I have a plan to distract the crowd. You'll know when it happens."
How disruptive will it be?
It might involve a beast of sorts.
Ooh.
We will try to free our companion during that time, but there seems to be a lot of guards in the square. It may be difficult.
We'll have to move quickly, but I think we have a shot.
Well, we'll try then. I will let the others know, and I'm going to very casually again just start walking away.
Okay.
And I will inform Thurkarel to see if he can kind of just casually let the other two know.
I'll try to, if I have any inclination where they all are, I'll try to casually let them know. Otherwise, I'd inform Irina.
It probably would have been sticking relatively close to you,
Okay.
Yeah.
if possible.
Okay.
And I'd be in the crowd, but kind of as close to the stockades.
Is the
If I
father
could
in
be.
the crowd?
You don't see Father Lucian, actually.
Interesting.
Edric Talview had a plan, because I was thinking of a terrible one. But go with his.
So,
I had a pretty terrible plan too. It probably would have worked for a little bit before I died horribly.
Tira and Thurkrel, just roll me another stealth check, just because you guys have been trying to casually blend in with the crowd for a little bit of time now. So just roll me stealth checks to see if anybody else notices. Okay. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you guys are being as nonchalant as possible, talking with each other, talking to the air, what it seems like, as you're trying to inform your invisible friends, and enjoying the food and just, meandering in with the crowd. As some time does pass, and people are trying to enjoy the festivities, the Baron and his wife still on the stage, trying to, create some sort of, actually talking to some of the guards, to create a tarp of sorts to block the rain, barking a few orders here and there. And speaking of barking, his dog is there as well. At this point, some time has passed and everybody's eating and drinking. Lady Wachter approaches the stage, and she calls for the attention of the crowd. My fair people of Vallaki, you all have enjoyed many different festivals, and it has been quite a delight to be a part of such a wonderful community and serving such a great and esteemed Baron. The Baron kind of raises an eyebrow at this, but he lets her continue. Despite all the things happening, I must say that I do take on this motto that things will be well here in the wonderful town of Vallaki, and that is why I propose a toast to all of us, as the Baron has worked hard to make this town as thriving as it can be. So let us all raise our glasses and toast to the wonderful Baron Valakovich of Vallaki. What say you all? And people just kind of very subtly just raise whatever glass they have. And she, leads this. You see her two sons in the crowd, the only two cheering, yeah! You see Nikolai and Carl, they're already drunk off their minds, so they're like, toast, yeah! And the Baron and his wife both kind of look at each other, and they're a little confused, but they also raise their glasses. To the good health. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I'd raise my glass to blend in, although I don't really intend to drink from it.
Okay. Do you also, Tira, raise your glass, or do you?
I don't have a glass.
Okay. You just got food, no drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll raise my plate up slowly.
Yeah. So she raises a toast to the wonderful Baron and to the long peace and prosperity for this village. All will be well, she says. And takes a drink. And the Baron and his wife also drink. And is there anything any of you want to do at this moment, or do you just kind of watch what's happening?
I am going to, again, I'm going to find a place to just put my plate down, and I'm going to just keep my weapons ready.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of want to do something, and it involves what I think is my bad plan. I think I would be, yeah, definitely trying to convince myself not to do what I have planned.
Just
And
roll intelligent. Just roll
calm
wisdom
down.
checks.
Calm down and wait for whatever Rictavio has planned.
Okay.
I think.
Would Torhas see Gizzard mentally struggling?
No, because I'm invisible still.
Only Gizzard can see himself mentally struggling as he's
Yes.
invisible and hitting his head like, no, no, don't do it.
How long has it been, by the way? How long?
It's probably
does
been
Paul
like
have?
15 minutes or so. It has not been that long.
Okay.
So, Lady Walker takes a drink. The Baron and his wife take a drink. Some of the people in the crowd also take a drink. About 30 seconds pass. The Baron begins grabbing his neck.
Oh, Darth Vader's in the.
His wife begins to panic. Please, somebody! And she too begins grabbing her neck, grasping for air. You see them both turn purple, as if they can't breathe. Please. At this
Torhas
point,
is just smiling.
the people in the town do start getting a bit actually have a bit of a reaction, as for most of this they have not had much of a reaction at all. They begin to look at each other with like, and the guards too. What is going on? And Lady Wachter begins laughing. All will be well, as the Baron and his wife
I'm
begin
going to
suffocating.
stride forward.
Okay.
She's on the stockade, right? Stockade.
Yep,
stage
she's on the
thing?
stage. The stage of this where the
Actually,
stockades
one
are.
So
Yeah, I need to check something before I stride forward.
Torhas is gonna invisibly walk toward the stage and kind of be behind where Lady Walker would be.
Okay.
I'm going to just turn to Thurkarol as I start walking forward. I'm like, I can't let this stand.
And I will just give a quick nod and grab my thieves' tools, and I'm heading for Ismark.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to stride forward and try to make my way on the stage to grab the Baron and use the last of my lay on hands points to neutralize poison.
Okay.
Tracy's like, shh.
I guess that just would.
Doesn't need to make a roll. I
Doesn't
think
have
it's
to
if
make a
you
roll.
use
Right?
I use 5 points, 5 points to do it.
5 points of lay on hands. Okay.
Yeah.
You manage to stabilize the Baron as he's grasping for air. Some of the guards are, kind of in a panic. They're kind of surrounding him, but you kind of push them out of the way and just immediately lay your hands and stabilize him from this poison.
Wizard internally is just like, no, save the wife.
The lady, she looks like she has the life has been sucked out of her.
I don't have enough points to save her.
Yeah.
One.
The guards begin to point their spears towards Lady Wachner now, and they say, and she is just continuing to maniacally laugh as they are getting ready to apprehend her. Not really focusing on you too much, Tira, as she's kind of posing the immediate threat.
I'm going to glare at the Baron while he's probably still dazed and be like, release him and let us leave. I just saved your life.
He's like kind of like getting like sick a little bit, like coughing and spitting. He doesn't look like he can actually really say anything at this point. He's alive, but just kind of like not speaking. And he just kind
Torhas is gonna. Oh, go ahead.
slowly nods.
Toros is slowly stepping up the wood stairs to the stockade. Great axe ready, like raised as if it's gonna just cleave onto Lady Walkner, given the sign. He's like 5 feet away from her.
Okay. Like you're readying an action to.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Do I want
Either
to do
either she does something or the sign that we were supposedly given by Octavio.
Okay.
if I want to do anything or not. Ah!
Actually, just for order of turn, like things to do, everybody roll initiative.
just in case.
Yeah, so we can have an order.
I gave you a battle map, by the way, just in case.
Oh!
Oh, neat.
It's 20.
15.
Oh, I read a token.
Yeah, that and I gave a map as well. Oh, I put it in the wrong
That's in
chat.
the-
Whoops.
Oh, you put it in memes? Oh, wait, no, that's prequel
That
memes.
was general.
Put it in the main chat.
I'm stepping off for just 1 second. I was gonna run and grab some water.
Sure, no problem. Oh, nice!
You're
Man.
really good at making maps really
Yo,
quickly.
what the hell? You're too good at this.
You know
Yeah,
that's what I used to
software's-
do.
I know, this is
Yeah.
your life.
The software's really good too.
Software makes it really easy, yeah.
Damn.
But
you know what?
still, I mean, you don't just make them; you make them look good.
I
That's
award
the
you
software, trust me.
inspiration for making these maps so quickly.
That's like 90%
Simplify
of
it.
that software is like, it's quick and it looks good. Like,
There's certain tricks you can do to make it look
Yeah.
better, which don't take long to learn.
exactly.
Like the fire is like the same object, colored differently and slightly scaled down, like 3 times. I didn't even include lighting. Like lighting would make it even better.
I really hope I didn't waste those 5 lay on hands points.
I forget how to do this again. The page width and height. Yeah. It is details 1120 by 11.
If you're importing the map, it should just work. It's the PPX is correct.
Oh, okay. It looked like it was not fully aligned.
Make sure
Yeah.
to set it to map
Grid it,
layer.
Oh,
If you're on map layer, it should automatically work.
oh, cool. I think it works. 1 sec.
Because if it's object, it'll kind of scale it.
Here, let me just move you guys to this.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeet.
Yeah, let's see.
So I'm right there. I'm assuming Lady Walkner is like here.
Does
Lady
Lady
yes.
Walkner realize that the Baron's okay yet?
No, she just seems to be maniacally laughing.
Do you,
Oh.
do you want a Lady Walkner token?
An evil person does.
Yes.
Or do you have a
I
thing?
could just use a noble lady token here.
Sure.
Lady. There's the Baron. And some guards. Where are my guards? City guard. City guard. City guard. City guard. And then Ismark is in the back here, at the back stockades.
It's my invisible token. I think. Is there a better one?
Free.
Oh, gee, big.
Irina, enlarge, enlarge self. There we go.
I was debating on taking that spell, by the way. Larger boots.
Oh, please do next time. It'll be hilarious.
I'm dragging myself onto the screen.
Cool.
It wouldn't really fit with theme I'm going with Gizzard, I don't think.
Fair enough.
Which one's the Baron?
The Baron is under this guard here.
Okay. So I suppose
Yeah.
I would probably be like right on him now.
Here's Octavio. He's over here.
I don't know, maybe just put yourself there or something.
Okay.
Who's this?
Who's what? Oh, this is Ismark.
Oh, that's his map.
Yeah, he's on Stockade right now.
Octavio.
That's Rictavio.
He's hiding under a tree. Or on a tree.
Yes, he's under the tree. Okay, so
You said there's 12 guards, right? Or
there's about 12. Yeah, there's only right now at the front here. There's 4 of them with the Baron. Some of the others are around the town still. The people, the townsfolk are now, beginning to get a little frightened. As the lady continues to laugh and the guards begin to stop it, a familiar scene appears as bats begin to fly around and swarm this area, and 2 swarms of bats fly in near Lady Wachter and begin attacking the guards. So initiative, Tira rolled net 20. Archon, so it would be Tira, Torhas, Archon is, and
Somebody rolled lower than me.
Irina.
Sense that I have such a low initiative, considering I've been so distraught over what to do so far.
So, I don't know what to represent a swarm, but I'm just gonna make 2.
like a token?
Yeah.
Can't you... Don't they have player handbook?
Probably
tokens?
bats.
Yeah, like if you search bats on the... Maybe it's
And even if
symbol,
it's just, 1 bat.
Yeah, we can always just pretend.
Or use the Batman logo.
No, there's no pretending in D&D.
These 2 squares are gonna represent the swarms.
Nice.
As
Is that Minnie?
that is Minnie. Do you hear her?
Yeah,
Yes.
for a second.
Okay. So initiative. For anything that you want to do, any actions that you want to take, Tira, you can go first. After the Baron, you lay on hands the Baron, and he is alive. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. Crap. If I want to go ham or not. I think it's time to go ham. I am going to bonus action cast Divine Favor on myself.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my actual action to channel divinity for my sacred weapon, which for 1 minute lets me add my charisma modifier to attack rolls. And my weapon is now glowing with a bright light on a 20-foot radius, and then a additional 20 feet of dim light. It's also magical now.
Fuck.
Damn.
What an intro.
Yeah.
And that's my turn. As I'm gonna glare down at Lady Wachter.
Okay. She does actually notice this.
I hope so.
This kind of
Maniacally laughing, blind.
Yeah, she's just like she had this whole plan in place, and as she's sitting there laughing, she's stopped for a moment as she kind of does shield herself a bit from Tira, and she looks over and she recognizes you. She snarls at you, Tira, as you do this.
Evil never prospers.
You will regret this. Torhas.
Gonna do it.
I'm gonna start spinning my flail.
I'm going to slam my axe down recklessly. So I have advantage. Plus I'm
Well, you
also,
should just have-
and it's stealth, yeah.
Invisibility. Yeah, you're invisible, so you should have advantage.
Nat
then-
20.
Nice.
Woo!
Then the visibility drops as soon as you attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is
Nice.
Oh my
18,
god.
36, 38. damage slashing. Right for her, one of her arms.
It's not 38, is it?
It's crit, right?
Isn't it only double the dice, or?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. So 18,
it's-
36 plus rage.
38.
That's what I said,
Well,
right?
no, you rolled 2d12. That's a 6 plus 12. And plus 2.
Six
That would
plus-
be 20 damage, right? 6
Oh.
plus 12 is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, does it automatically do crit?
Yeah, it automatically rolls 2
Oh,
dice
okay.
whenever you crit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 20 damage
Okay.
to the arm.
As she's snarling at Tira, suddenly this dragonborn appears behind her and takes this huge smack from her. She falls to the ground as this happens, screaming in pain. Ah! And she falls to the ground. She gets knocked down and is breathing. And she looks up and sees you, Torhas, above her. How dare you all! How dare you defy me! And the devil, he will get you all. He will. She's still alive, but bleeding profusely now as you smack her with your axe. Irina will 10.
Oh, I bonus action rage, by the way. Oh,
Okay.
wait, no, I already did. Never mind.
Yeah, you bonus
That was
action.
at the beginning.
30. She will make her way towards the stage to try to help Ismark, making her full movement. And yeah, that's her turn. She'll hold action, like, if she notices the rest of you up there, that she's gonna hold action to try to assist if needed, Thurkarel. And yeah, Thurkarel, you're up next.
Okay. Hoping the guards are distracted enough by the scene with Lady Wachter, I'm going to try to pick the lock to spring Ismark.
Okay, you can roll sleight of hand at advantage.
Can I roll Thieves' Tools instead?
Yes, actually.
Because I do have expertise for Thieves' Tools.
Okay.
28.
Yeah, 28. You immediately unlock this very easy iron padlock, opening up the stockade and freeing Ismark. He thank you. And he kind of slips out and actually I'll add into the initiative now. He will make his way down 10, 15 to Irina. And then Gizzard, you are up next.
Okay. What do the guards appear to be doing currently?
Which, like, the ones at the
Like
front?
the ones on the stage, yeah. Be looking at the
They-
stage.
They are trying to aid the Baron right now. Two of them have, like, picked him up, and the other two are grabbing the body of his wife.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like they're fighting us at the very least.
No.
That's good.
That was just me testing something. That's not me actually attacking.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I don't like being invisible right now, to be honest. 30. So I'm gonna move a little bit closer. Try to kind of force my way through the crowd. I assume there's still a decent crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Action. Besides attacking, might I be able to do? Yeah, I think. You know, I'm actually gonna dash as my action, and
Okay.
I'm going to run kind of back behind here, back
Okay.
behind the stage.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Okay. Okay, so, Lady Wachter, who's bleeding out on the ground, she begins, you may kill me here, but you will die here. You will perish. The Devil Strahd will come for each and every one of you, and you will regret this. And,
Taurus are gonna look down and be like, you said that last time.
I will send every force, every being in this town that serves me will come after you. You are not safe.
I'm just gonna look at her and say, Strahd may come for us, but that doesn't mean you will be around. There's one less evil in this world.
You fools! And that's her turn. Her evil monologue, that was her turn. Now the bats. One swarm begins swarming around you, Torhas. Also, they notice... Well, actually, you wouldn't know. One of them begins... Would they do this, though? Hold on. Yeah, actually they would. One of them flies past you, Torhas, and ignores you, and flies towards Gizzard.
Oh.
As,
Would Tauros get an opportunity attack?
yes, actually.
Ooh.
I mean,
Go ahead
if you want
and-
to take it on them, you only get one reaction a turn.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and... Opportunity attack doesn't... No, I can't.
Holy
Jeez.
crap!
Finally, we're rolling
Look
it
at you
around.
now, rolling
Another
on that
one.
20s. Damn. Okay.
Double that 20.
Yeah. So.
20 to be damaged.
So.
I think that's halved against swarms, though, right? So.
Yes. They are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing,
So,
and
11 damage.
So 11 damage. Okay. Yeah. You managed to swipe quite a few of these bats out of the air, and they fall to the ground. But they are making their way toward Gizzard and try to attack you, Gizzard, as they can see you. Or they can, yeah,
Bats.
they have blind sight, so. And a decent amount of passive perception. So let me just roll. What is this? Half HP or less. Okay, this isn't that bad. Yeah, does an 8 hit?
No.
Okay, so you managed to dodge them as they try to bite you, and you remain invisible because they did not hit you. Though it is kind of weird that there's like a half swarm of bats flying in this random location, but that's fine. The other swarm will.
That's always animals.
The other swarm will actually go. I know, yeah, it's true. Will actually go for the guards here, who have the Baron. So these two guards are holding the Baron up. So I'll just kind of put them all here, and they are going to try to attack the Baron and the guards, or just one of the guards, I should say. The swarm can occupy another creature's space, and vice versa. The swarm can move through any openings large. Okay. So. Jeez. Okay, they miss also the guard. Okay. So that's it for the two bats. And that's the end of the round. At this point, it's about to go back to the top of the round.
I forgot I didn't make a second attack. Whoops.
Rip.
Oh yeah, level 5.
Not used to that.
At this
Yeah.
point, the crowd is beginning to get up and start to run. But now, you notice a wagon start rolling in. Circus wagon. And Rictavio, who he actually was not on the board at this time. He ran away and came back. But he comes up with a wagon and opens up the wagon. And as he does, a large saber-toothed tiger
Nice.
comes out of the wagon. I only have a dire wolf available right now, so we're just gonna represent.
Large saber-toothed direwolf.
A large saber-toothed tiger emerges and begins running through the crowd. Doesn't look like it's hurting anybody. But just they all start, it starts roaring and people start screaming, ah! Roar! Okay, I'm not gonna take a saber-toothed roar. Ah! And people start running and dispersing. The guards. Yeah, I can't. I should get a soundboard for like a tiger roar. And the guards start moving in on this tiger, and Rictavio, with his wagon, gestures to all of you, a hand gesture, and yeah, that is top of the round. Tira.
I am going to swing my flail at the swarm of bats.
Okay. The one with the Baron, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the one right in front of me.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
That's 14.
To hit. That does hit.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
So I deal an extra 1d4 radiant plus 2 from my dueling, and then 3 bludgeoning.
Okay, so the bludgeoning is halved, so that would be, because they're resistant, that would be
1.
1? Okay, so that's
7 total.
7 total.
Or wait. It would be the dueling goes to the bludgeoning though. So
Yeah,
it'd
so
be
that'll be
5
5.
bludgeoning, so 2 plus 4,
6.
so 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay, thank you. That helps a lot. I'm bad at math. Okay.
And then I can attack one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. I am going to take a swing at Lady Walkner, just because I feel
right, because she's on the ground.
like it's important that we do this for justice.
Or rather, you have advantage.
Yeah. I assume a 24 hits.
Yes, that does hit. Ooh.
Nope. It's
yeah, it's just a
4
one, yeah.
bludgeoning plus 3 dueling and radiant. So 7 damage total.
To. Sorry.
Lady Walkner.
To Lady Walkner. Oh, yeah, that is just enough. How do you want to do this?
Damn it. Should have doubled attack.
Yeah, if you did.
I was debating if I wanted to add some crushing attack to this by smiting her. Which, you know what? I am a petty motherfucker. So yes, I am
Going to waste a smite just to.
I'm going to
smite her?
burn my last. I'm going to burn my last spell slot and use Divine Smite on this bitch.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. You, with all, you guys.
It's a 3d8. Roll 3d8 because second level. 17 extra.
17.
Yeah.
You guys watch as Tira, with all, you've never seen, you see a glisten in her eyes of divine radiance as she is an Azamar, and she is smiting this evil woman in front of her. The flail comes down and hits Lady Walkner, and immediately you see this light emanate, and even though it's like there's rain and gloom above you all, this light shines, and it almost just blinds everybody for a second. Torahas, you kind of like shield yourself, the guards as well, as she screams in utter pain as she is hit with this radiant energy and is annihilated. You don't even see much remains of her as she's wiped from this earth from this plane by Tira. and is gone. Lady Wachter is gone.
And I'm just gonna like keep spinning my flail ready for my next round.
Okay.
I have 8 more rounds, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
So Torhas, you're up.
So I guess I'll go over to the bats by Gizzard. I'm gonna make my first attack. Recklessly. Another
Holy
nat-
shit! Oh my gosh!
So that's 7-9 damage with after
That's
considering
halved, right?
resistance. That's already halved, yeah.
So.
And then second attack.
Okay.
Do I need a second attack?
Yeah. Yes.
Or are they dead? Okay.
Just a little bit. I'm sure the second attack will probably do the job.
23
that-
hits probably,
hits.
and then 4 damage.
Yep. That does it. How do you want to finish off these bats?
So I'm running down there trying to make it look like there's nothing suspicious because Gizzard's still invisible. Slamming that axe around like the flat end, swat.
The bats.
Nothing crazy.
The bats squeak as you knock them out of existence, and these bats too are falling to the ground, plump, thump, thump. One hits against the wall of the house, and they are all one's wing kind of twitches a little as it hits the ground, and they're all dead. All right. Irina will begin. She'll grab her brother, and she will assist her brother as the two of them are going to begin making their way toward Rictavio and his wagon. But they will not go in. They will wait for the rest of you and make sure you guys are okay. And Thurkarel, you're up next.
Okay, and there's the swarm of bats right in front of me.
Yes.
basically, right? Okay, so I will pull out my daggers and make a main hand and offhand attack on the swarm.
That does hit.
Okay, and do I have sneak attack? I think Tira's in
Yes,
range?
Tira is in range.
And that is piercing damage, so 14 piercing.
Yep. 7.
7. Okay.
And then for the offhand,
Okay.
24.
That does hit.
For 4 piercing damage, so probably 2.
Okay. The bats are still there, though they don't. Thurkarel knocks out a ton of them, and you can see the Baron and the guards all. They are there. You can see them in the line of sight now that some of the bats have been cleared out. Gizzard, you're up.
Okay. This is such a weird fight.
I think it went off like no one expected.
Yeah. Yeah, I would not even consider it a fight. It's more just like some sort of initiative.
I mean, there's bats, and now
Yes.
there's
There's
Dire
a
Dire wolf.
tiger.
dire
tiger.
saber tiger.
There's a saber.
I
tiger.
didn't even yell it's morning time.
Yeah.
I should have.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna hang out in the back here. Stay invisible. I'll move a little bit,
Okay.
but I don't feel like I'm needed yet, so I'm gonna just stay back here. It's gonna be my turn.
Okay. The guards will also swat at. One does hit. Let me just roll. Okay, so one of the guards does swat at the the bats in front of them. There's still a few remaining that will try to bite at him, so it will attack back and misses. Yeah. So yeah, there's a small collection of bats that remain, but we are back at the top of the round. Tira.
I'm gonna go for the bats.
Okay. Yes. 12, 13. 13 just hits. So can roll. Yeah, that does it. They had 2 HP left. So you how do you want to finish off these last few bats?
I'm gonna kind of swing and like fancy pirouette flail away the bats, and I'm gonna keep spinning the flail as I'm gonna like with my other hand and shield pointing at the Baron, being like, "We wish to leave in peace. We've chosen the lesser of 2 evils today. However, treat your people better, or we will return."
Ooh, roll me an intimidation check for that.
Can I get advantage because I was
Yes.
badass this entire fight?
Yes. You divide.
You actually hit things.
Yeah, you annihilated Lady Wachter in front of his eyes. Well, sort of in front of his eyes. So, just roll. Yeah,
Also
roll with
saved
advantage.
Chloe. Yes.
Oh, you guys! What the heck? You're all rolling net 20s now.
After last session,
We had to make up for it
It's due.
somewhere.
Wow. Okay. Oh, yeah, the
Nice.
Baron just.
I am going to apologize that I could not save his wife.
He just.
I will blame Lady Walkner for that.
Just go, he says. Go. He yells to you all, and
What are Walker's kids doing? Were they scared off by the saber-tooth?
yes, actually,
Okay.
they too. They are pathetic wimps that have also run away.
Okay.
We also just witnessed a glowy-eyed,
Yes.
angry woman just murder their mother.
After
Yeah.
getting super beat down.
Yes, by a giant lizard with an axe.
hey, he's a dragon folk. I'm a lizard.
They
Hmm,
might not
That's
know that.
racist.
They might
That's
not know that.
That's
Racist.
racist. How dare you, Nixon? How dare you?
And with that, I'm going to move past and just step over Lady Walkner and
Okay.
jump down.
Okay. Yeah, there's still a commotion in the crowd. Everybody seems to be distracted. But nobody seems to be apprehending you guys. Torhas, you're up next.
Is there anything to do?
No, but
Saber-tooth
Okay.
tiger running around.
Doesn't seem to be
yeah, actually,
really hurting anybody.
we could probably end the initiative
End
now
combat? Yeah.
because nobody's taking any action toward you guys. So what would you guys collectively like to do?
We need to go save Ismark. We haven't already.
Yeah,
just
Ismark and
stepped away,
Irina
but
are
okay, sorry.
in front of the wagon with Rictavio.
I'm gonna
Okay,
walk
sorry,
over.
stepped away for 2 minutes.
I sprung his mark.
Say that again, Thurkarel?
Oh no, I was just clarifying for
Oh, yeah.
that I had sprung.
Because I
Yeah,
I had to get food because I'm starving, so
no problem.
I missed that. I guess we go over to Artavia.
Okay.
Oops, that's not him.
Over there as well.
After being the worst paladin of all time, I finally regained some of my paladin honor.
Yeah, you didn't want to kill the cultists, man.
I didn't kill the cultists because they surrendered.
Yeah, but
Lady
there's
Walkner,
still
Lady
probably
Walkner, Lady
people.
Walkner poisoned the Baron and kept monologuing.
That's true. She did her evil villainous monologue and was distracted.
Just beat the shit out of
Yeah.
her.
All right, so you guys, Rictavio,
Fine,
you guys kind of pile in this wagon. It's a little tight because there's quite a few of you. But Rictavio says we need to leave now. And we'll begin heading to the north exit. Unless anybody has any objections, he will make his way out of town.
Yeah, I think I'd try to ride on top to make room for others inside.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
say, unless you have somewhere safe to go, we were planning on heading west. Rictavio, I say from air as I'm still invisible.
To the monastery, right? Or the Abbey, sorry.
Probably the name.
The Abbey.
Yeah. Name of the town.
Crest.
Sorry.
There's one
Yeah.
place I think perhaps we should go first. There's something I need to show you all.
I think you know this land better than us, so we will trust.
Trust me.
You insist.
We will trust you.
All right, so you guys make your way out of Valaki and leave this town behind. Will it be for good? We don't know, but the Baron, nearly killed by Lady Wachter, being saved by Tira, and you guys rescue Irina's brother and make your way out with Rictavio.
Sorry. Before we had left town,
Mm-hmm.
I would have wanted to, while I was still invisible, kind of go up to the Baron and whisper in my, I assume, fairly familiar voice to him at this point. Watch out for Vasily. I believe he was working with Wachter
Okay.
before I left.
Noted. Okay. Okay. So
Did we just politic the shit out of this scenario?
you guys, I'm actually surprised.
That was a much better plan than anything we came up with in Discord
that
beforehand.
really was.
Well, as soon as she went out there and started yelling, I was so tempted to drop my invisibility and just start yelling all is not well. We have proof that she is working with Strahd and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm just
Yeah, that could have
but
went.
but
quite a few
Rictavio said he is
ways.
coming with another thing. Yeah, I'm I don't know how well
I
that
was gonna
worked.
wait for Rictavio, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I saw her kill the Baron, and I'm just I can completely derail this right now.
That was the same thing. I was waiting for Rictavio to come in and just go.
Did the saber-toothed tiger come with us, or is it still?
It is still
That's
in the
okay.
city. You guys don't know where it
Guards are
went.
dealing with it.
You're happy.
Guards
You
are
can,
dealing with it.
yeah, you can ask Rictavio.
No, it's making fun. It's making friends with the glove.
Yeah.
Let me just put it this way. I was very accurate when I said we chose the lesser of multiple evils.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
We
know,
still don't know
I
what's
think.
going up on the attic of the Baron.
Yeah, but I feel like I scared the shit out of him now.
Or what was going on in Lady Walkner's with the other room with the clock.
yeah. Yeah. When we finish this campaign, I will tell you guys all the things you missed because there's quite a
Yeah.
bit.
I'm sure
Well,
we
it's
could route
possible
this
we
thing
could
really
return to-
hard.
It's
It's
yeah,
possible.
it's possible you could return. So I
That's
won't.
why she's not going to tell us anything now.
Yeah. So we may reveal later. We'll see.
Would you mind if we took a brief...
Yes, I was gonna say, let's take a quick break and then we can figure out what's gonna happen next.
Wonderful.
Cool. Good job, guys. All right, chat. We are going to. I'm gonna take a quick break. Hope you guys are enjoying. Thanks everybody for hanging out. The party is doing pretty well. I'm pleasantly surprised at how they've handled this whole situation. So, yeah. All right, I'll be right back, everybody.
I'm back.
I am here.
I'm here as well.
That went way back to.
We stand nat
Yeah.
20 kings.
Yeah, that was a
Did
lot of
any of
20s.
us? Did any of us take a hit?
Nope.
No. Yeah, Taurus, was that 2 or 3 in a row?
3 in a row.
Wow.
Doris got 3 and I got 1.
I did nothing.
That just popped off. I was just like, oh shit.
I'm
Is
sad
that gonna
I
be an
could have
awful
I could have
mistake or
one
not?
turn killed Lady Lochner.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
I was like super prepared to just lightning bolt her too at
It
some
was
point.
really funny that you just let her monologue.
Yeah, I didn't know how strong she was though, so I was like
Me
really,
either.
yeah, I was really not looking forward to dropping my stealth advantage.
Well, that's the reason why I
to-
went up there is because I got full HP back from my hit die. So
Yeah,
was
I mean,
willing
I
to
did
take a
too,
bit of a
but
beating.
there's a little bit of a difference between the barbarian doing that and the squishy
Yeah,
wizard.
I have 60, so
Yeah, which is pretty much doubled because of rage resistances.
mm-hmm.
It's pretty much doubled because of rage. Not quite because you're not totem barbarian, but close enough.
I'm excited for excuse me, level 6 because I get what's it called? Spirit Shield.
I'm excited for being alive.
That's pretty nice.
I'm just surprised that all worked.
I don't know. As soon as she said that bats like came flocking in, I was like, "Oh no!
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Oh no!"
I'm like, we have either horribly fucked up or, oh no.
Or we're about to die. Yeah. Yeah. At level 6, I don't really get much. I basically get another spell I learn and kind of a useless ability.
I'm really
What-
glad all my paladin abilities finally came into use.
Sorcerer ability?
For wild magic, when another creature I see makes
Mic on.
ability check or saving throw, I guess the saving throw, I can use my reaction to spend 2 sorcery points, which I'll have 6 total at that point. And I roll a 1d4 and apply to the number as a bonus or penalty. Just two's like a third of my sorcery points to roll a 1d4 is kind of garbage. The only thing is like maybe giving somebody a penalty to their saving throw, but still really expensive.
Can it give you a boost to your saving throw too, or
Yeah, it could. But
so if there's
I
like
mean,
a really
it's
vital
just-
saving throw, like you're at 2
Yeah.
death saves, and
but it's a 1d4, like it's not great. I can do it after the creature rolls, but before any effects. It takes me my reaction, so if it was a death save, it would probably require me to be conscious. Don't think I could use it on somebody else, I guess. But
no, yeah, sorry, I was thinking if someone else had 2
Yeah.
death saves and like they rolled a 9.
Yeah.
You
I
can,
mean, that's such a narrow, and it costs a lot to be able to do it. Two sorcery points is a hefty price.
yeah, agreed.
I'd rather
Spirit
like
Shield.
Hello.
Okay.
Been back for a while, and
Yeah, man, you and mic problems.
No, sometimes when I go AFK or if I walk away with my wireless headset, it loses its connection and I have to reconnect it. Okay.
I wish I could make my breath be a bonus action.
oh yeah, the breath weapon's not that great, unfortunately.
If it
Yeah.
was a bonus action, it'd be like decent.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Pretty decent at like level 1 and 2, but past that,
Otherwise, yeah.
it doesn't
it's
scale.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really
Exactly.
scale.
Because I
think
was
it
gonna
does,
ideally,
but
if it was a
too
bonus
slow.
action, I was gonna cleave Lady Walkner, and then as she's like talking, I was gonna be like, "Bah!" and just like breathe all over.
I
But,
think it does scale, right? But it just scales too slowly.
Yeah.
yeah, it's.
I think it's like level 7, it goes up to 3d6, which is way too late.
I think so.
Yeah, or damage increases to 3d6 at 6th level, and then 46 at 11th, which, yeah. And if you can manage to hit like 5 people with it, that's pretty good, but realistically, that's not gonna happen very often.
So I used it when we were at the gate. It did decently there.
Yeah, or just to face a saving throw if you have like disadvantage on attacks or something.
Actually, give me 1 second as I just try to
It's
see
been
if
a
there's a
second.
map for this. I don't know if they have a map for this.
For what?
1 sec. The next place.
Where we're going?
Yeah. Where we're going, we don't need maps.
You can't say that when a map maker's in the Discord call. I will prove you wrong in every instance.
Okay, well, you may have to make a map for this one.
Okay.
I thought that there was a map of the lake, Lake Zarovich. Maybe not. Okay.
Like a battle map or of the region? Area?
Of the region.
I did a quick Google and found one.
Zarovich.
You have to add map as well. I found, here I'll link it. Oops. Found this.
Oh,
Looks
yeah,
like
that's the
the
whole
right
map
one.
of
Found
Barovia.
that too.
Yeah, that's the entire map. Well, anyway, you guys begin venturing north. And away from Vallaki. Along the path here, along this path, this map isn't fully like to scale, by the way, but yeah, as you guys are traveling on the wagon, you pass this beautiful vast lake. It is actually one last thing here. In the distance there's a big mountain. You see a lot of the woods, and you see this lake kind of streaming out into different rivers. At the foot of the mountain, nestled in the misty forest, is a large lake. The water is perfectly still and dark, reflecting the black clouds overhead like a monstrous mirror. And as you guys are traveling along the lake, Ismark, ooh, that is a nice picture. The one that Doom just posted in the chat.
Yeah.
This is very much what you guys see.
It's the first result.
So, Ismark and Irina are there, and Ismark thanks you all. Thank you so much for rescuing me and keeping my sister safe. I can't thank you all enough for this.
I'm going to apologize, saying that we apologize. It was our fault you got captured to begin with.
It's quite all right. You didn't know what was going to happen. I thought better of the town of Vallaki, but it seems that it truly is a corrupt and unstable place, and you didn't know what was going to happen there.
Did they reveal why they wanted you at all? Find it odd that they would try to execute the Burgomaster of Barovia.
I did try explaining that. The Baron... It wasn't so much the Baron, it was Isaac who was intent on wanting to kill me. He had my sister chained up, and Irina will chime in at this point. I didn't know that Ismark, he was my brother. My blood relative brother. Ismark.
You mean that bald-headed fuck was your brother?
Yes. I don't consider him my brother by anything other than blood. After the monstrous things he did to you guys and myself and to the town people, those innocent people, I don't consider him a brother by anything. Ismark, you are 1,000 times more brother. It's just, clearly there was something wrong with him.
I'm going to also apologize, saying I wish it worked out differently, but I believe that Isaac also got what was coming to him.
Yes. The only thing I remember from my childhood was almost being annihilated by being taken by wolves. They attacked me when I was very young, and they attacked my family, which I guess includes him. I don't even remember it. And I remember being separated in the woods, and somehow I was found by the Burgomaster in Barovia, and I don't know, this helps understand some things, but it still doesn't make sense what Strahd wants with me. I don't understand.
We need to make sure that Strahd does not find you.
Yes.
I'm going to turn to Rictavio. What is it that you have us looking for out here?
Well, when the four of you entered into this town of Vallaki, I wasn't sure what to think of you all. I could tell that you could put up a fight, but I wasn't sure what your intentions were. And after speaking with you all at the church, especially you, Torhas, you said you wanted to kill Strahd.
He kind of nods, gripping this tiny bit of banner from his clan. Easily.
There's something I need to tell you all about who I really am.
He's a vampire, kill him.
I'm not a half-elf traveling circus bard. I actually am not very well versed in music at all. I am well versed in something else, though. Hunting vampires. Specifically, one in particular, Strahd himself. My name is...
Oh.
My name is Rudolph van Richten.
Torhas's eyes kind of, like, light up. He has, like, this wide smile, and it's like, oh, I've read all your books. You're fantastic at what you write about. And then he's gonna kind of, like, ramble off about, like, different things that he read. It's like, oh, I liked it when you did this. I like when you did this and this. Just kind of...
Torhas fangirls over...
Basically fangirling.
As, yes, you guys begin to realize, as Torhas is kind of fangirling over all of his books, that Rudolph van Richten is some sort of prolific vampire hunter, and you guys are maybe standing among somebody very well known in the land. But yeah, Torha seems to know quite a bit about him. Yes, I appreciate that you have read a lot of my works. That means you will be well equipped for what we may or may not face in this land.
I do have a question for you, though. So let's say you're in a house, right?
Sorry.
And let's say there's 6 vampire spawns up in the attic. They're locked away, but they're up there. Is the easiest way to get rid of them to just burn the house down? Because that's what we did. We didn't really have a choice, right? Would you have done something different?
I actually do believe that was a somewhat wise decision, believe it or not. It may seem... Arson may not always seem like a wise thing to do, but with vampires it is very useful. And especially vampire spawn, they are not... Myself, I could not even take on 6 at once. So I think that was wise.
What is arson?
Oh, it's when you burn, like, with somewhat quote-unquote criminal intent. But it's like, it's not your property, but you burn it.
Or you burn your own property for some sort of fraud.
It's not what we did.
Well, we didn't own the place, and we burned it. We did it for the greater good, but...
Exactly. It wasn't arson.
Well, that wouldn't be up for us to decide.
If those vampires had gotten out, they could have made their way to the church and devoured Father Lucian or anybody in their path.
Will the bones of St. Andrel protect the church now that they've been returned?
It will. You all did a good thing in the town by returning those bones. Now, Strahd will not have... Although Strahd can still be present within the town, he will not have his clutches on the good of that town, which is the church and the Morning Lord. There are some forces, radiant forces, beyond all of us that at least have their uses against vampires, even the strongest of them. Which is why I feel there are some things that may be of use to you all in my tower.
Is your tower the one that people keep trying to get into and then, like, getting destroyed? It's like all these magical protections around it.
I did put some protections around it, yes.
You might want to put a sign. Just telling people to, like, bug off, Well, because there's probably innocent people who go there like, ooh, what's this? And then they step on, like, this pit, and then their head explodes. Unless that's your intention, then don't put a sign there.
I will consider that. Thank you. He continues to make his way down the path through the lake. So as you guys are making your way, you do see one thing. Pulled up along the western shore are 3 small rowboats, and a 4th boat can be seen in the middle of the lake with a lone figure sitting in it, fishing pole in hand.
In the middle of the lake?
Yep. You see one rowboat in the middle of the lake with a person.
We're in Lake Zarovich, right?
Yes.
That lake's huge, right?
Yes.
So he's far away. Okay.
Yeah, he's a decent way into the lake.
Maybe not like perfectly in the middle. He's like just out there.
You guys see him. He's probably like 20 feet.
So how
into
long
the
have we
lake.
been traveling, by the way?
A few
Like,
hours
will we have
now.
recovered our stuff? Would it count as like a long rest or no?
This would be a short rest.
Short rest.
Okay.
Not long.
Yeah.
Curious.
So if you had any other hit die you wanted to roll at this point,
No.
feel free to do so. But yeah, so you see a person out in the lake, and what you notice next is he does have a fishing pole, so it looks like maybe he's going fishing, but then you see him pull out this heavy brown burlap sack. And he picks it up.
Like he reels in the sack?
No, he had it in his boat.
Oh, okay.
And roll me perception checks, all of you, as he's a little bit far away.
20. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Get fancy lizard vision.
22. 20.
So
Pretty good as well.
everybody except Tira. As Tira
I
is
feel like
just
that's the meme of the thing.
yeah, distracted by the beauty of this lake. You guys notice when he's pulling up this burlap sack, looks like something is moving inside of the sack. And he throws it into the lake.
Entire
Did
sack?
Did anyone else see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just like took something and threw it in.
And how far out is he?
I'm honestly probably like 15 to 20 feet out.
With our perception, could we have assumed that was him throwing bait in, or do we think that was something weird and different?
It's a very large burlap sack.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna like drop my equipment and try to dive into the lake.
There's boats right there.
Oh,
There's like 3 rowboats right
There
there.
are 3 small rowboats that you do see. They're Krell.
and sorry, how far away did you say it was though?
Like 15.
15 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be faster to just swim 15
Okay.
I
than
mean,
to try to
we-
get a rowboat. So I'm gonna.
we've seen some weird stuff here. I don't
That's
know.
fine. I'm jumping into the water.
Okay.
I drop my equipment and jump into the water to try to.
I am not because I'm wearing heavy armor. I will watch.
Torhaus will
from
look
the
at
shore.
Gizzard and be like, couldn't you have like used your ray of frost to like freeze the water so we can make a path or something? I ain't swimming. Fuck that noise.
It is a lot of water. I don't think I could shoot it that fast.
Ray of slushy.
Slush.
That I could probably do. But yeah, I would tell Rictavio to, unless we're already at his tower, to hold the caravan for a little.
Okay. He does halt it.
I'm gonna get out and stretch.
I'll get out as well, and I'll jump in the water too. Why not? I'll swim
Okay.
out.
Torhaus definitely does not. He just stands at the shore like, I have a really bad feeling about this.
Okay. So the 2 of you are able to use your full movement to make it up to the boat. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I want to try to dive down and get the sack and see if there's anybody or anything in it.
Okay.
Since I saw motion.
Yeah. Did he notice us like jump in water?
He, as you get closer, you notice that it is, what, sorry?
We probably made a lot of noise getting in there, so
Yeah,
I assume he
As
noticed
you
us
guys
approach.
get closer, you do see, you know, make, visible who this person is. It's an older man, like dark brown hair, a scraggly beard. You see him holding a bottle of alcohol and singing to himself. And we drink and we fight and drink, and he's singing. He doesn't seem to immediately notice you guys. He looks over. Oh, is that some more fish?
I wouldn't.
Oh, an alligator! Oh! As he sees you. Oh!
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Can I try to go under the water and try to get towards the sack?
Yes. So as this is happening, you grab the sack. It's very heavy. Do you want to open it or just pull it up, or?
Yeah, try to open it.
You do open it, and you notice there's a little girl inside.
Okay, I tried to get her to the surface as
Okay.
fast as I can.
Roll me a strength athletics check. Okay. You do pull her up out on the surface, and the two of you are now making it to the top, gasping for air.
Okay, I would kind of, I don't know, doggy paddle, elf paddle, whatever, towards the shore.
Gizzard, is there anything you want to do? You do see
Let's
this.
see,
You see Thurkarel come to the surface and is carrying a girl, a small, what looks like a young girl.
So I would have talked to the fisherman while he was diving down. Asked him, "What were you doing out here?"
What was I doing? I'm fishing, if you couldn't tell.
I saw you throw something overboard. That seems like the opposite of fishing.
I was throwing bait into the water.
Seemed like a lot of bait, and would I turn around at this point and see
Yes.
Girl come out of?
I mean, none of my other bait was working, so I gotta try something else. Look, I just need some fish. Can you help me get some fish?
That looks like a little girl.
Yeah.
Are you using a little girl as bait?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah. Do you want to come with us? We can get you some fish. Just come back to land.
I roll a persuasion check, or deception, or whatever you're deception. Yeah.
I'm not giving him fish. 21.
Okay. Yeah, okay. He takes another swig of his bottle. Yeah, let's go back. You want to come in the boat, or are you alligator? You can swim.
I like this guy.
Oh my god. I'll hop in the boat.
Oh, okay. Talking alligator. Let's go. All right. And he begins. He begins rowing back to shore.
Okay, and have I gotten the girl to shore
Yes, Thurkarel, you make it to shore with this little girl.
now? Is she breathing?
Is what?
Is she breathing?
No.
Oh.
Can I try to do the
CPR check.
a CPR equivalent of?
Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine.
Okay.
You can roll to stabilize, I think.
Wow,
Nice.
that was really good. Yes, you do the CPR, and she coughs. She coughs out a bunch of water and begins breathing again. This little girl.
Where did you find her?
Are you okay?
She's very scared, but she nods very hurriedly. Yeah.
Where are your parents?
She's very frightened. Who are you?
Torhas will go over and be like, it's alright, you'll be fine.
Who are you? She looks at the
My name's
dragon.
Torhas. Nice to meet you.
She starts to back away a little bit toward the
Hey.
two of you. She seems
it's
very
okay.
scared.
I'll get down on my knees just so I'm closer to her height and say, my name is Krill. You can call me Krill for short.
Krill. Roll. Okay. Yeah, she just. My name
Like
is.
intimidation.
My name is Arabelle.
That's a nice name.
What are you doing out here?
I was lost in the woods, and I don't know, this guy. She points to the man in the boat. He captured me.
We will keep you safe from him.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Vistani camp. South.
Wait, the camp that we went to? Like, wait, do you not recognize her?
South of Valkai?
Yes, so Torhas, you remember.
Did she say Vistani?
Yes.
The camp that we.
You remember, Torhas, that you actually did meet somebody while you were investigating down there. You met a man named Luvash who had mentioned that his daughter had gone missing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
It was when we were playing chess and stuff, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have those notes anymore. Damn it.
That's fine. A man named Luvash in the Vistani camp. He gave you some insight on the towers and said, if you go up that way, my daughter was lost.
Oh yeah, I do have it. Luvash was not as friendly as everyone else.
Yeah.
I'm going to wonder aloud about Madame Ava's fortune. And point that out to Thurkarel.
So Torhas is gonna kind of lean down, kind of
But
talk to
is
her
Danny
about
wandering the land alone, or
Yeah.
perhaps, or perhaps that could be someone else.
This is true.
Out of character, I don't think that's.
I know, but
Same.
the fates are interesting, so to speak.
And I would, at this point, seeing that the girl's all right, I'd start to recover my equipment that I dropped in my
Okay.
haste to get into the river.
Have I made it back to shore with the drunken man yet?
Yes, so you make it back. You guys see Gizzard pull up with this drunk guy.
pull up in the club.
So where's the fish?
We have some fish in our cart. We just have to travel a ways to get it. I'll kind of go and whisper to my friends. He seems to be a bit drunk. He wants fish. I don't think he should be out on the lake by himself, especially throwing people in there.
And I'm gonna try to keep myself between the man and Arabelle.
Torhas is leading down to her and is like, "Do you know a what was his name? Luvash?
Yes, that's my dad.
Yeah, I met him
You did?
at the camp thing. Yeah, he was a very nice gentleman. We're not going that direction right now, but I'd be happy to take you to him.
Please, can you take me back to him? I just want to go home.
What if we split up?
Well, we only have one like wagon thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of us could escort her back.
Rictavio,
Yeah. I'll look at Rudolph and be like, "Would you be okay with that?"
yes, I can take her back.
You are going to take her back yourself, or
I'll go.
there are
I'm-
werewolves about. Sorry.
We may want to keep her with us, and we can work our way over to the camp. I suppose it might not be a bad. I suppose it would be a worse idea to split us up at this point.
Yes, there are still werewolves around. I don't know if we want to be traveling alone.
And I have a nagging hunch we are not free of the troubles of Valaki just yet.
What time of day is it?
It's getting
Probably
late.
like 1 p.m. by now, right? Oh, it's later now.
Yeah, it's like 3, 4 p.m.
We may want to get some rest and start planning for how we wish to proceed from here. And also,
What should we do with the guy?
I have
And we drink.
concerns.
We drink, and he starts like dancing along the shore of
I have
the.
concerns with him throwing a little girl in the water. Like flower
If
a
he's
bit.
with, yeah, if he's with us for now anyway, he can't do that anymore. But what do we do with him? Where do we take him?
What will we do with the drunken,
Drunken
sailor? What
what
will
would
we
you
do?
do with the drunken sailor? Oh, sorry.
What will we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way,
Hey,
up
the
shore.
drunk.
Oh no, he's quite annoying. Perhaps we take him back out on the boat and push him in. Or is that bit mean? Push him in the lake instead.
Tara, maybe you could give him a talking to about not throwing children into lakes.
He doesn't seem to be
I would be just more
very
inclined to
receptive.
throw him into the lake.
So you agree? We throw him in the lake?
I wouldn't disagree with it, but I don't think we should. We could leave him to his own devices.
The last thing that he did to his own devices was throw a little girl in it.
We
He's
could
quite
take him with
obviously
us.
drunk.
I do have a pair of manacles. We could take him with us and kind of wait for him to sober up.
Oh, you have manacles. I don't think I knew that. Yeah, I think that will, that should work, I think. Seems appropriate.
I'm going to hand the manacles to Toros and being. I feel like you can probably overpower him better than me.
I mean, sure, I guess.
I'm going to hand
I'm
him the
not gonna-
manacles.
Okay.
We will let him sober up before he answers for what he did to this poor girl.
Way up she rises, way.
I'm gonna slap the guy.
Okay, just roll to hit at advantage because he's drunk and dancing.
Oh boy. I'm gonna hit him really hard, aren't I?
Or maybe even roll a strength. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, guess not. It's a slap.
Yeah, you kind of slap him. Some of his teeth get knocked out a little bit. Oh.
Jesus.
But he's
With an
like,
eight,
oh.
damn.
They probably weren't good teeth to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. They were
I was
barely.
like rotting.
Weren't in
Yeah.
there very well.
Hey, yo, what was that for, man? What are you doing?
The towering Taurus gonna look down and be like, "Shut up, please."
Roll an intimidation? Oh, the...
15.
Alright, man, alright. What do you want?
I just told you. Shut up, please.
He nods.
And then he nods and smiles. Perfect. Just keep doing that.
He hands his bottle.
And then Tauros is gonna shackle the wrists.
Okay. He doesn't resist. He drops his bottle on the ground.
Yeah, I thought he handed me the bottle.
Oh, you took it? You took it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I
Okay,
guess
so
it didn't go through the mic.
yeah.
I said I took it and then I shackled the wrist.
Okay. Yeah. So you have him shackled up, and he is just standing there now, not saying anything.
I'm gonna make a quick search of the rowboats, mainly the one he was in, but just see if there's anything in any of them.
No, you don't find anything else in the boats.
I will take his fishing pole if it was still in
Okay.
the boat, and just stash that on the wagon somewhere.
Okay.
I would kind of motion for him to get onto the cart at the very least. Say, you're coming with us for a little while. We'll go and get you your fish. Just be quiet.
All right.
We are doing this to make sure you don't throw any other little girls in the water.
Look, man. Look, lady. I don't know. I was just trying to get some fish. Okay.
Would you
Just-
prefer we throw you into the lake as bait?
No.
Then simmer down and settle. We will let you sober up, and
Alright.
we will figure things out then. We don't wish to harm you unless you make it necessary.
Alright. Okay. So are you guys all going back in the wagon?
So I'd probably try. So is he in the wagon or on top of the wagon?
Did you guys put him in the wagon?
No, I think he's just standing there.
Yeah.
Okay,
guys-
I want to try to keep Annabelle away from him.
Okay.
So, but I'd.
You'd probably ride in the main wagon if you
I mean,
wanted
I
to
don't know
ride.
if we'd all fit, but
Yeah, I
I
was
could
gonna
How
walk
say-
far away?
I could
How
walk
far
along.
away are we?
beside the wagon if necessary.
You guys are
Right south of the lake, right?
yeah. You guys are
On it.
probably like a little under a day's journey from the tower. But yeah.
I don't mind walking along the wagon for a while.
Taurus agrees. Stretch the legs a bit.
Yeah, I don't mind walking either. We might
We can just we can take shifts in the wagon or whatever and just walk along it.
we might need to start looking for provisions. I don't know if Rictavio, if you have any food or if we'll need to forage.
I don't have much, unfortunately.
In our haste in leaving the town, I've consumed all the food that I brought with me.
I've got a little bit still. Not too much.
Okay, so you guys continue traveling for a little bit as it does begin to wind down. The day begins to wind down. Just one thing, as you guys are traveling, somebody roll me a d20.
Oh, 4.
4. As you guys are traveling, you notice a hunting trap along the ground.
Is it similar to the ones that we
Yes.
saw? Oh, I didn't need to roll investigation. Okay.
Yep, it looks like it's
Is it-
open, like ready.
Okay, not sprung.
Yeah.
You said it looked like a bear one last time?
Bear or
Or-
some sort of large animal.
Could we infer with how much we've heard about wolves, it's probably a wolf,
Yes.
a large wolf trap? Okay. Can we also infer that we've only seen ones that haven't been sprung, that they're probably not very effective?
Perhaps. Okay,
Okay,
but
I
you
think-
guys.
Taurus pays no mind to it then.
You guys continue to travel, and it is getting late as the sun starts to wind down, or the glimmer of the sun in the sky, as there's not much. It starts to get dark. What do you guys want to do for camp?
As in, like, trade-offs?
Yes,
Well,
like,
like-
is
Are we lighting a fire? Are we?
Probably should if we get really cold. Yeah, Torhaus can start making a fire. I'll roll a survival.
I'm
And-
okay with setting up some camp area.
14.
And as they're starting to make camp, can I look around for any like mushrooms or berries or that kind of thing?
roll me an investigation check.
10.
Okay, so Taurus, you're able to make a decent camp setup here. There, Corel, you don't find anything as far as food goes.
Can I also look around? I have a dark vision, and I can also cast light on things.
Sure, roll me an investigation at advantage.
You have dark vision?
Yeah.
Where'd you get her from?
Shades of gray. Shades of gray, though.
Oh,
full.
okay.
Nice.
Hey,
Wow, you've
another
been
one.
killing it with the nat 20s.
Yeah.
You all have.
There are some advantages to being an SMR.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're that, not a human. Normal human.
Yeah, the wings bursting forth
Yeah.
last second.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. It's
To give away.
hard to remember certain details juggling two D&D campaigns.
Oh no, yeah, no.
It
Um,
was
not
just so
Druid.
dazzling and blinding that you forget.
I had
Sure.
honestly forgotten until last
Yeah.
session.
I did too, actually.
Toward the more as you're walking around along the lakeside a bit north, you see wolves, not werewolves, just regular wolves. You see 9 of them, like a pack, by the edge of the pool or the lake, like lapping up some of the water.
I'm gonna whisper to Thurkarel and like point at the wolves in the distance, with like the 2 eyes in the pointing in the direction.
I'll whisper back. 9's kind of a lot.
Yeah, we should be careful.
It's like that meme. Is 9 a big number? Depends on the context.
Yeah, 9 grains of sand, not so much. 9 wolves is.
A lot.
Were you guys being discreet about it, or would I
Yeah.
have overheard you about the wolves?
I was being discreet. I was gonna walk back to camp and let you guys know.
Yeah, so I'd kind of keep looking kind of in that direction, since I also have dark vision, and follow Tira back to camp.
Okay.
I'm just gonna point out that there's a pack of 9 wolves by the, I believe it was a little bit to the north of us, by the lake. So we may have to be wary. That also means
big
there might be food
ones
here.
or
I don't know. I'm not an animal expert. They look like normal wolves to me.
okay, fair point. I'll look to Rudolph and be like, any experience with weird wolves around this place? I remember reading a little bit, but you didn't write too much.
Well, yes, here in Barovia there seems to be quite a bit of not just regular wolves, but werewolves as well. They mostly come out at night. The wolves,
What
they
time is it? It's like 8 p.m. or something?
yeah,
11?
it's like 8 p.m.
Okay. Is it like this late at night, or is it like midnight?
Later in the night, I'd say.
So those are probably just wolves.
Yes, usually a werewolf will actually have a human form and
Right.
transform.
I knew that.
And I don't know the exact time. Sometimes it's more sporadic, sometimes it's every night. I don't fully understand.
Gotcha. Would you say that we should be worried about 9 wolves off in the distance?
Well, wolves, they travel in packs, so
Right.
if you attack one, you will attack all of them. Depends on how you're feeling. If you feel you cannot take up a fight,
I would rather not fight them unless we have to, as
Understood.
we've been running for quite some time without proper rest. I can't speak for the rest of my party, but I am quite weary at this point.
Sounds like a
Are
meal
you-
to me.
That's
I
what I was thinking.
used most of my power back in town.
I mean, me too, but it's a few wolves. I think we should be fine. Oh,
I mean, I can handle it.
I'm fine with attacking them if you guys want. I was mainly concerned about, just Tira and I alone facing them.
Yes, us as a group, there's. It takes a
Five of
moment to
us.
count. Yeah.
And Toros
We'll
looks
have
and
to-
goes,
Five-
we do have to
five
be,
of us, yes.
we do have to be aware that we have to make sure
Well,
that
actually,
Arabelle,
Beef.
Ismark, and Arena stay safe as well.
And
7 total. If
I don't know if
Ismark
she'd
and
want to
Irina-
fight.
Well,
Oh, it's right, yeah.
and the drunk fisherman, right?
The drunk
He's
fisherman,
shackled.
I think he's
would
going
not
to
count
stay
him.
in. Like... Yes, we almost have the same numbers as wolves. I think we are fine. Plus, I have a new trick I want to try out.
Ismark says, "I'm happy to help."
Do you need a weapon, Ismark?
Yes, actually. That
I
would.
can
How
give
are
him a
you-
qu-
how are you-
like, would you prefer a quarterstaff or?
If you
Toros
have,
will gesture Isaac's battle axe. You want this thing?
Oh no!
I have a dagger or actually I have 2 daggers, so I have one to spare if anyone wants a dagger.
One sec. Let me just look at his stat block. What he usually uses. I forget.
I have a cultist skull dagger or a short bow that I'm not using.
I usually fight with a longsword. So if anybody has any extra swords,
Does
But a
Irina
crossbow-
have that rapier?
Yeah, I
Yes.
gave her my rapier.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
do
I
I could
have a sword? I think I just have axes.
I could stay back with the girl, Arabelle, and if you, unless you,
Did
Oh.
Irina give me back my hand axe? I don't think she did.
yeah,
she
you,
did.
She did? Okay.
yeah. You
I
offered
think
her
I-
to keep it, but she was more comfortable using the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
rapier.
That's right. Wait, no, I thought I convinced her to keep it to learn. I was like, you should learn as many weapons as possible.
She,
I think I gave
okay,
it back to
yeah.
her.
So she'll she'll hold on to it then, or whatever.
I'm just trying to remember the details of the what happened.
It's just a hand axe.
It's just a hand. It's a regular hand axe
Okay.
with Torhos's blessing. Just kidding.
Okay. Ismark will. So, what are you guys offering Ismark as far as a weapon?
He's got a
Isaac's
choice between
battle
a-
axe.
Quarterstaff, a battle axe, and daggers.
None of the weapons he wants to use.
Yeah, we don't have that many weapons floating
The
around.
battle axe can be used one-handed though, so
Yeah.
He'll take the battle axe.
So can the dagger though? Use
That's
a dagger
true.
with one hand.
Yeah, but I think a battle axe does more damage.
And it's got a
so-
skull on it, so you can
And it's
tell
got a
people that you're a cultist.
I'll try the axe. If it doesn't work out for me, perhaps I'll.
do I have a shield?
While this is going on, I'm gonna make sure that I've taken off the Morning Lord robes.
Okay.
I'm like flexing
yeah.
my arms and shoulders again. Make sure that robe is pretty heavy.
Yeah, I take off the juggler's outfit if I'm still wearing that.
It's all wet after going swimming in it.
I probably would have actually changed out of it
Yeah.
after the jumping in the lake.
After holding up Isaac's battle axe, Toros will also gesture to Isaac's keys, like, do you know if these go anywhere useful? I got him off the bald asshole.
Who are you asking?
Ismark.
He used those for all of the stockades, and I think some of those go to the different rooms in the Baron's house.
Could be useful if we ever go back.
Yeah. Keep track of them.
You kind of holster them back on his belt.
Ismark, are you sure you don't want a dagger? It's just a very tiny longsword if you think about it.
I will consider it, but let me try using this axe. I feel like
Okay.
it packs a bit more punch than that dagger.
So, and just so I understand, so is Mark staying here to guard Annabelle? And we're going after the wolves?
Irina
Or-
offered to stay
Oh,
with the girl. Ismark can join you guys.
Okay. So I would try to stealthily head in the direction that we saw the wolves.
Yes, to the hunt.
Okay.
Using my dark vision to hopefully see the way.
Roll me a survival check.
10.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make your way back up to where the wolves are. They are no longer at the lake, but you do see some tracks of where they were headed. Looks like they traveled further north.
Can everybody else see, or
It's dark. Toros can't see anything.
I
Dude.
don't have dark vision.
Just you and Tira.
I do have a hooded lantern if you want me to light it.
I mean, I also have a light.
I've got torches.
I have
still, too.
light spell. Yeah. I am going to just take out a copper piece. Let's see. I don't really have anything to hide it under. I guess yeah. I'll just cast light on a copper piece and kind of hold it in my hands. And anytime I need to, actually use the light, like, I'll cup my hands over it so that it doesn't leak out too much light. And
Okay.
anytime I actually need light, I'll kind of part my hands so I can see a bit better.
Okay.
Clever.
Yeah, so you guys are able to use Gizzard's light that he made to at least make a visible enough path for you to follow Thurkarel along the side of the lake.
Okay.
But you do see the tracks. They lead up a little bit north to where you do see the pack of wolves a bit ahead. They are walking.
Try to approach from. Like, can I try to figure out which way the wind is going so that, to try to avoid them from smelling us?
Yes. Roll another survival check.
Same
Nice.
roll.
Okay. You do kind of walk in a strategic way, kind of not getting too close for them to sniff you out. But they do kind of stop in their tracks for a moment.
And how far away are we from them?
I'd probably say like 15 feet away.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, so I think that's close enough for us to attack
Hey.
them, right?
Yeah. I will say, hold on to this and stay out of the way. I'll hand the copper piece. Well, actually, no, I would just get rid of the light on the copper piece and put it back in my pouch. And I will say, stand back. I don't know if you want me to roll initiative first, or can I just cast a spell on them?
Yes, you can begin the initiative, Gizzard.
Okay. So,
So you can
The
make
surprise
do your-
round kind.
Yeah, kind of surprise round.
I want to try to hit as many of them as I can with lightning bolt.
Okay.
So I don't know how they're kind of lined up, but however many you think I can hit.
Dude,
So I'll roll initiative for
Archon
this.
rolling straight tens.
I
They
know.
got different modifiers though, so
That's true.
Okay. So go ahead and roll, Gizzard, the.
Just a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. All
They
right.
take 32 points of damage.
30.
I don't know how many.
Holy shit.
I don't know how many I could hit. Like I said, I have a new trick I wanted to test out. I don't know. It probably wouldn't hit all of them because it's a line. It's not fireball.
Do you need a battle map, Tracy?
We may not need one. No.
Okay.
If I hit all of
There's
them,
not, yeah, kill all of them.
So.
I have Dungeon Drive open in case.
Oh my god.
Doesn't take long.
Okay. So, you hit 4 of them. And you hit 4 of them. So Gizzard takes a strike at 4 of these. He makes a strike, and it's like a chain between different wolves. The 4 in the back, and it immediately takes them out. You hear the "Arf!" and they fall limp, and the rest of them turn around and look at you all and start growling. So that was the surprise attack that you had. Torhas, Tira. We'll say Thurkarel then Tira because he has a higher dex. Thurkarel, Tira, Giz. And then let me just roll for Ismark really quick. Damn it, Ismark. 2, 3. Okay. So Ismark's at the bottom. Okay. So Torhas, you go first. There are 5 wolves that remain in front of you.
How far are they?
15 feet.
Okay, so I guess I'll go and rage, and then go and try to hit one of them, whatever's closest.
Okay. Yeah, we really don't need a map. There's 5 wolves, and just say
And then
yeah.
recklessly 18 to hit,
that hits.
and then 10 damage. I'm gonna do a second attack.
Okay.
Unless it's dead. Okay, let's get that.
It has 1 hit point left.
Okay.
That
15 to hit,
hits.
and just behead the fucking thing.
Yes, you literally behead this first wolf, and its head goes flying across. Next up, Thurkarel.
I'll move up to the closest one and draw both my daggers and try to stab it.
Okay.
In dim light with dark vision, is that a normal attack or is that a disadvantage?
I would say that it's normal.
Okay. Natural 1.
Oof.
Yeah, you stumble over. You feel confident because you have this dark vision, and you just saw Torhas take a swing out of 1, but you kind of stumble over and completely miss. So yeah.
And do I still get the bonus action offhand?
I would say because you rolled a nat 1, you just kind of completely stumble over yourself and don't get any other action.
Okay. So that is my turn.
Okay. Let me just see. 15, 17, 20. So next up, the wolves will actually attack. And they have pack tactics, so they get advantage on attack rolls. They're gonna go for you, Torhas.
Yay.
Let me just. Can I do? Let me try something. D20 plus 2. Does that? If I do D20 plus, with the brackets, I think that's what it is.
Rolled 2d20 and then added them together.
Oh, that's 2d20. Added them to. Okay. How
You
is
have
there?
a rubber to tell you.
Actually, let me just D20 plus 2. God damn it! Hold on.
Are you just trying to roll with advantage?
Yeah. Why is this not working?
Just do something like that. Put like a straight line thingy. I don't know what it's called.
A pipe?
Is that what they're called?
That's what I call it. But...
Okay. You know what? I am really bad at this, but I'm gonna. No, it doesn't work either. Okay, let me just do it this way because I know how to do it. Okay. 12. It's actually
AC 15.
16.
Hits.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll first.
If anything's above 15, it'll hit.
Okay. Misses. Hits. That's 2. Hits. 3. Four. Okay. Sorry,
So
no, you took out one.
You probably have resistance to this damage too.
Yep.
Okay.
It's bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Okay, so 3 of the 4 left do hit you for piercing. Sorry, that's incorrect. I'm just gonna do it this way. So 3, 4, 5. So it's 5, 5, 6. So those are all
Before
halved.
resistance?
Those are all halved.
So what
5.
is the 3, 3, and 4?
Yes, 3, 3, and 4.
Okay. The 10 damage? Or is that... You were saying like 5 and stuff, so I don't... What did they roll?
They rolled
with their additions.
So it's 3, or it's plus 2. So it would be 3 plus
Plus
2,
everything?
3 plus 2, 4 plus 2.
Okay. So
I
5,
really need
5,
to
and 6,
add
so I take
hotkeys
2,
to
2,
my-
and 3.
Yeah,
So I take 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. All right. Tira, you are up next. There are 4 wolves remaining.
I'm gonna stride forward and try to attack the closest wolf to me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That's
That-
just normal.
That does hit.
And then I'm gonna take a second swing at it.
Okay. Whoa.
I'm doing all right today.
Yes.
Take that. Nice.
Okay. You annihilate a second wolf. Now there are 3 remain. Gizzard, you're up next.
All right. So, sorry, how many wolves are there?
3.
3.
3. Okay. I am just going to cast. Are there any of them that are near each other?
They're all
Within
pretty.
5 feet.
They're all pretty
Oh,
much
pretty.
within 5 feet of each other because they're.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna cast Acid Splash on 2 of them, seeing as they're next to each other.
Okay.
DC 15 Dex save or 10 damage.
DC 15 Dex save. Okay. So that's. Roll d20 plus their Dex, which is 2. Okay, they both miss, so they take 10 acid. They're both they both get knocked down and are like struggling to remain alive. They both have 1 hit point each, so they are nearly dead. They have 11 hit points. And Ismark will attack the one that's still up. Ismark rolls a. Oh yeah, so he has a battle axe now. Just look up battle axe stats. Stats 5e.
I think it's D10 or 2-handed or D8 for 1.
So he's gonna do one-handed. Because That's what he's used to. So he's gonna roll to hit. He misses. He kind of frustratedly, like, gets, like, annoyed because he's trying to use this axe. Maybe this axe isn't the best. Top of the round, Torhas. There are... Yeah, there's one still up and full health, and there's two that are, like, clinging on to the last bit of life.
Guess I'll just try to take a swing at the high HP one.
Okay, go ahead.
Recklessly. 22
That
hits. 14 slashing.
That annihilates it. That one goes down.
Okay. And then second attack on one of the two that are
Okay, go ahead.
dying. 12.
That just misses, yeah.
Oof.
Okay, Thurkarel, you're up next.
All right, move up to the closest one and try to make dagger and offhand dagger attack.
So yeah, that hits.
Any ally within 5 feet?
Yes, and they're both at 1 HP. So you you can, if you take out this one, which you will, because you have to roll at least 1 damage. You can roll to hit the other one with your offhand, and that
15?
does hit. So yeah, you guys watch Thurkarel with his 2 daggers and a cool motion takes out these last two with one hand and the other hand, and you guys take out all of the wolves and have 9 wolf bodies laying on the ground.
Probably try to look at them to see the ones that are the most intact. I don't know what a lightning bolt does to a
2
wolf
of
body.
them are pretty
They're
much
partially
covered in
They're
acid.
pre-cooked. Yeah, they're pre-cooked.
But the lightning ones do look a little roasty. The acid ones you guys probably feel you don't want to touch. And then there's 3 of them, or two of them that are just
super chopped up.
clocked. Yeah. So you guys can decide what you want to do with these wolf bodies.
My thought would be take maybe like the best 2 and cook one up, and then try to make some jerky from a second one or something.
Okay.
Like 1 for dinner tonight, and then
Well,
cook
3
one.
of them are kind of pre-cooked a little bit. You could probably take those too. Just Taurus is gonna start like chopping up some of the 2 that he killed. He's gonna start chopping them up, making some different cuts.
I'm gonna cast light on something so that it illuminates the area for them to work.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if everybody else is gonna start cutting and cleaning wolves just right here, I was gonna grab one and take it back to camp. I was gonna throw it over my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of my idea.
Start doing that.
Identify
I'll
the
help
best
carry
one
1 or 2 back. I'll help carry 1 back and also just keep 1 eye out
I'll
while
throw
everyone
one
works.
over the lightning bolted ones over my shoulder and starting back.
Okay. Ismark helps you guys lift up the wolves as well. They're kind of heavy. Just roll me some survival checks to make your way back with these wolves. Okay. Torhas kind of leads the way, finding your way back. You guys all, or at least 3 of you, are carrying these slightly cooked wolves on your back, and you begin to see a bit of a light from a camp, a small camp that Rictavio or Rudolph and Arabelle and Irina are all at right now, setting up. And you guys make it back.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I guess just start
cooking.
Chopping up the meat and
harvesting
cooking?
some meat. Yeah, cooking.
Okay.
Cooking check.
Roll me another survival check for anybody who wants to try to chop up this meat and cook it, as this is not... Okay. Okay.
Gizzard has done this before.
Gizzard seems to be... you guys are all like kind of digging into these wolves. But Gizzard seems to be taking the lead on this one and does a pretty good job cutting up the wolf meat. And so, Gizzard, how do you want to cook these?
I don't know. Probably just clean a bunch of the fur off. Actually, yeah, for mine, probably I would clean off as much of the fur as I can. Probably chop off the tail or something like that, and then try to make a spit or something like that, and roast the entire thing over the fire.
Okay. These guys are slow cooking this wolf and do have a meal for the evening. And everybody digs in, and you guys, is there any conversation or anything that you guys want to have before everybody retires for the evening?
I would like to brush and wash my hair a bit, since I'm kind of sick of this dye.
Okay. You go over to the lake, and you're able to wash out most of the dye out of your hair. You guys see Tira no
Finally.
longer has this black hair from the paint.
What was the daughter's name?
Arabelle.
Arabelle?
I just wrote it right down. Toros is gonna go to Arabelle and kind of be like, "So tell me about your dad. He seemed like a nice fellow."
She still is like a little spooked by you. But
Towering.
she this big like hunking dragonborn sits next to her, and she doesn't see many of those around, so she's a little scared, but she'll talk with you.
I'm going to sit near the fire and cast light on the tree so it shines down on me while I clean my shield and stuff.
Okay. He is the leader of the camp down there. He's nice. Some of the other Vistani, they're not always the nicest. They're kind of grumpy, but my dad,
I noticed.
He's very nice. He does take care of me, and yeah, they're very nice, and I do want to go home.
Oh, we'll get you home. Don't worry. What were you doing with the cuckoo over there?
I don't know where he came from. He did, well, we did see him at the camp. He was asking for wine, and my dad and everybody told him, they laughed at him. They told him to keep dreaming, and they weren't going to give him any wine. It's hard to come by, and he seemed upset and just left. I don't know.
Toros kind of is gonna look over in that direction, kind of glaring at the guy.
Is he gonna stay here all night?
Would you prefer otherwise?
I'm kind of scared.
Toros is gonna stand up and kind of nod down at her. I'll deal with him, and then walks off in that guy's direction.
Okay. So you guys see Torhas going over to this drunkard man who's still tied up. He's passed out at this point. He's not even awake.
No one doing anything.
I would turn to Ismark and Irina, and I would say, what are your plans now?
Well, Ismark, I'm still kind of in shock that we have met Rudolph van Richten himself and are traveling with him. I feel we will be safe, at least now, being with him. I still
don't
think
jinx it. No, I'm just kidding.
I still think it would be best to bring my sister to Kresk and let her reside there.
You don't mind us stopping at Van Richten's tower first, do you?
No, I think that will be fine, though I worry about us all camping out in these forests for too long. It may be dangerous. I think we should at least take shifts in the night.
Oh, definitely. I actually only need 4 hours of sleep, so I can keep watch for a good share of the night.
That would be much appreciated. So Torhas, you head over to this drunkard man. What would you like to do? He's snoring.
Kind of looking down at him. We're close to the lake still, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna carefully pick him up. I'm gonna slowly walk toward the lake.
Okay. Do you do this discreetly, or do you...
Attempting to.
Roll me a stealth check.
14.
What's your guys' passive perception? Does anybody have
10.
anything higher than
Mine's
a
14.
Mine's
So
16,
I would-
but I'm also engaged in conversation with Ismark and Irina, so I don't know if I'd...
I'm also polishing my shield rather intently.
Yeah, Gizzard, and even Thurkarel, you guys kind of notice Torhas doing something with the guy.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
He's gonna look at Gizzard and kind of the motion with his finger.
So not a throat cut, just a regular
No.
shush.
The one index finger
Okay.
vertically from the mouth.
Gonna kind of look back quizzically, I suppose, and
Did I pick up the guy?
Roll me.
Oh, I thought that was a stealth
Actually,
before.
no. You're able to pick him up without waking him.
Now I'm slowly walking toward the lake.
Okay. So yeah, Gizzard, you watch Torhas drag this guy who's still passed out, snoring, to the lake.
yeah, probably maybe 30 seconds or so after he leaves, I would kind of go chase behind him as well.
Okay.
Try to catch up. What are you doing?
Don't worry about it. Just go back.
Let's see. Can I make an insight check to try to figure out? Oh, maybe actually. What do you mean? Don't worry about it. Where are you taking him?
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna have to tell me more than that. I mean, I'm
This
kind of
this
okay if
guy
you
is
just throw him in
kind
the
of-
lake.
That's kind of the idea. Except not really. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the boat. I'm gonna kind of break it a little bit so it's gonna leak with water. And I'm gonna push him out to sea while it's slowly sinking. And by the time he wakes up,
Seems
he'll
a
drown.
harder thing to do than just throw him out there and drop him in.
Well, he'll wake up if I just throw him in.
Still wearing the manacles, no? He can't swim like that, can he?
He's yeah, no, he can't.
I'd rather him be like asleep. You know, drown while he's sleeping. It's a little more humane than him just suffering and screaming. Plus, that might attract things.
I mean, as soon as he starts breathing water, he'll wake up too.
I don't know. He's drunk.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, have fun, I suppose. Be careful alone out here.
We're not
Head
too
back
far
to
from
camp.
the lake, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but
not
still
terribly
just
far.
in the middle of the lake by yourself, even just a few feet away.
Yeah. So I'm assuming I'm at the boats.
They are still there, yes.
Yeah. So I'm gently lowering the guy into the boat, and I'll try and like remove one of the nails with part of my axe.
Okay.
Try
Just
to
roll me one more stealth check to see how well you. Okay.
15.
Yeah, you are able to make a small hole by removing the nail and lift him in while he's still completely passed out.
And gonna push the boat a little bit to see if the water starts flowing through?
Yes, it does come in to the boat slowly but
and
surely.
And then I just push the boat out.
Okay. You push the boat out.
And then I walk away.
Okay, with this drunk man. Do you watch or do you just walk away and let it happen?
I just walk away.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I might like look back like every like 5-10 seconds or so, but
yeah. You
once
see-
he's like kind of out there, I just walk back to camp.
Okay. Yep. You see the boat go out there, and slightly but surely sink.
And I'm back at camp. I go to excuse me. I go back to Arabelle and problem solved.
She smiles a little bit at that. Thank you.
Not a problem. And he kind of pats her shoulder.
She warms up to you a little bit, and yeah.
Arabelle will remember this.
Yeah, Arabelle will remember this. Rudolph does come up to you now, Torhas, and he so you know, you struck out to me a little bit. Torhas, your name was?
Yes.
When I asked all of you what your purpose was here in Barovia, you were the first one to say to kill Strahd, very confidently.
Right.
I'm a bit shocked. Not because I think that all of you probably have something towards Strahd, but you seemed so confident in it.
You're curious why?
Yes.
Well, I was in my clan's military. I'm part of the Dejanian clan, and I served as a decent leader for my company, at least I hope. And right before I would retire from service, some large swaths of what I would later find to be vampires from here would ambush the rest of my company and slaughter basically everybody. And I couldn't do anything about it. So in the following months, I looked up everything I could in my clan's scrolls, found nothing, traveled to insert city here, because I didn't get that information, and came across some of your work and became enthralled in it. And it led me here. That's the
Well,
long story short.
I'm very sorry to hear about your company, but I have full confidence that you will be able to help in this task.
And as I in you.
Of course. He then looks to the rest of the group. If you want, I don't mind taking the girl back in the morning, back to the camp. I know how to get there. And I can lead you all to the tower.
I still think we should go together.
Can we get her back to the camp going around Valakai without going through Valakai?
Yes, there is one
Yeah,
route.
I know the way to go. So
Yes.
I could take us there.
Okay.
So I
I
had a
guess
question.
Yes.
I had a question for all of you. Most of the people in town there, I noticed, they have second names. Do you all have second names?
I do.
I
Meliana.
just go by Torhas of my clan. Seems to be
That's
a
how-
human thing.
Yes, that is how I have done it myself. What is your second name, Karel?
Meliamna.
Interesting. So
What about
strange.
Tira?
Yeah, Tira. You have a second name?
I do not. Wait, are you talking about my last name or?
Yeah, they mean last
Yeah,
name.
Oh,
yeah, your last.
okay.
I was like, what?
I've taken on the family name of Shieldheart. I do not remember my parents.
Fitting.
As I,
Shield
as I,
heart.
as I point at my shield.
Toras kind of
So
nods.
strange.
Did
I-
all of your family also find themselves akin to shields? Or is it just a coincidence?
I do not know. I was taken in by my order while I was quite young.
Fair enough. So it's similar to a clan. I get it.
So why do you take second names and not just of your clan? I've
Mine
never
is the
understood it.
family name of my parents.
Toras kind of looks to Gizzard and is like, I think it's kind of like clan within clan thing. Like maybe if you have like a subset of people, but they don't always get along, so you have like clan in clan. You know what I mean? Clan politics are weird, right? You know that.
I don't know. It seems strange to have such small clans together.
Toras kind of shrugs. I don't subscribe to it, so I don't know. Just an idea.
Just kind of think on that, I suppose.
So I guess we eat, we rest.
Yep.
So do we get a long rest?
You do. You all rest. Do you guys take shifts in the night of who would want to
Yeah.
stay up?
I don't mind staying up for the first shift.
Okay.
And then Thurkarel second, because he gets the...
Yeah, I just need to
Okay.
transfer 4 hours, and then I can cover the remaining hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind
Guess
staying
I'll
up
take-
for a bit. I'll keep working on my weapons.
I'll take third, I guess, then, and Girl can finish up.
Okay.
Wait, do we need 3? Are we doing 2-hour shifts?
I would say it depends on how long Tira wants to.
Yeah.
I would say I'm used to 4-hour shifts from my days in the auxiliary.
Okay. So you only need 2 then. So Tira
Yeah.
would
And Thurkarel.
and then Thurkarel.
And I figure it's helpful. I usually took the shifts because I have dark vision.
Okay.
That works too.
I'll get a full night. I won't.
So
And I would try to put Arabella in the
in the wagon.
in
The
the wagon.
wagon.
Okay.
And if she resists at all, Toras will be like, it's okay, we'll protect you.
And as I put her in the wagon, I'd kind of look around and say, "Where did the fishermen go?"
And Toras will be like, who? Oh, that guy. He wandered off into the forest.
Should we find him? He could still be a danger.
He's drunk. He'll probably just get himself killed.
Roll a deception check, Torhas.
And should I roll an insight?
Yeah, roll an insight check, Thurkarel.
Did you
I
get
always-
rid of
Another 10.
Wow.
I always roll so badly on these.
Okay.
16. Up to you.
Yeah. You it seems
You lose my manacles.
Yep.
Those were expensive.
I'll buy you new ones, don't worry.
Yeah, seems like Torhas is telling the truth. He wandered off into the woods with the
All right,
manacles.
well, I will make sure during my watch to keep a close eye to see if he returns.
Okay. Gizzard, you heard that conversation also, by the way.
Yeah, I would have stayed silent, kind of
Okay.
just looked at Ross to see what.
Okay. All right. So you guys are all resting. Tira, you're taking the first shift, so roll me a perception check.
Oh,
A 7.
Instantly there changes.
Roll me a d20, just a straight d20. 8. So as you're looking out, it's gone. As you're looking out into the distance, Tira, you see a wagon making its way along the path across by the lake.
I'm going. How far away is it?
It's decently far away from you guys at this point. Not within like close range. You hear it at first. You heard something at first. Now you see it kind of passing by. You guys are off the path, and it is on the path. Probably like 30 feet away. You just see you begin to see. And as it's making its way, you look at who's managing it. You see 2 skeleton horses and a skeletal rider.
Oh.
I am going to stand up and I'm going to make my way to our wagon and let Torhas know immediately.
Torhas gonna wake up like, oh, what? I was sleeping.
The skeleton wagon out in front of us near the camp.
Oh, what?
A wagon with skeletal horses.
He kind of like stands up a bit more, rubs his eyes, looks at Tira. Are you okay? Did you drink too?
I did not.
Kind of like sigh, just like, are they like coming our way?
They're very close by. I don't necessarily want to wake Thurkarel up yet in case they pass by us unattended. However,
How many hours has it been since?
I don't want to be caught alone.
3 hours since you guys started sleeping.
Okay. So Torhas kind of stands up, grabs his axe, it's like, all right, let's go deal with it.
Let's not necessarily attack them. I just don't want to be caught alone, waiting for someone else to wake up in case they come near us.
Okay, fair enough.
They may pass by us uneventfully.
And
as much as
Torhas
I
will
wish
then
take care
stand
of
watch with him.
Torhas, as you look out onto the road and you look for the skeletal rider, you see nothing.
Torhas kind of looks to Tira like, are you sure you didn't drink? I don't see anything.
I'm gonna look out there again.
You see nothing also.
I'm going to loosely curse to myself and just apologize, but say, would you mind sitting with me for the remainder of my watch?
Torhas kind of pats her shoulder and then goes, maybe you should sleep. I'll watch.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just finish out the hour, just in case I'm not.
He
losing my mind.
shrugs and
This place has
okay.
many strangenesses or strangities.
He nods and watches.
Okay. You guys remain like about an hour remains before Thurkarel wakes up from his trance, and you guys don't notice anything else in particular happening overnight.
And he'll go to sleep when Tira goes to sleep as well.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let Thurkarel know that I saw a skeletal rider and wagon earlier, but when I went to wake Torhas, disappeared. Just keep an eye out.
I will do so. And I'll kind of, I don't know, find a place, maybe next to a tree where I can
Okay.
keep watch.
I'm gonna take off my armor so I can sleep.
Okay. Thurkarel, roll me a perception check.
9.
Oh God! Swear to God, if you wake me up.
Okay. Roll me a straight d20.
13.
You, looking in the distance, you see a figure. It looks like a human of some sort, crawling on the ground. They, upon a closer examination, they're wearing some sort of cloak of different twigs and leaves and branches. their hair is disheveled all over the place, and they're like crawling on the ground, on the dirt along the path.
And it's staying on the path.
Staying along the path.
I will try to remain hidden by the tree and watch it.
Okay. It doesn't notice you, but it does notice the camp. It turns from the path and looks and begins crawling low to the ground. This humanoid figure begins crawling low, kind of like peering in and looking
So
over.
it's headed towards the camp?
Toward the camp, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shout and move towards it.
Would
Drawing
we
my
hear
daggers.
that shouting?
I don't know.
Roll me a
Perception?
roll me an intimidation check as you shout at it.
Oh.
Because it's kind of being a little stealthy here. It looks up and immediately catches eyes with you. You look at it, you're getting a closer look. It looks like some sort of... It looks like a human. They're just covered in all of these trees and twigs and disheveled hair.
And it's crawling?
Yeah, it has a staff on its back. And it's crawling low to the ground.
Did anybody else hear my shout? Did anybody else browse?
No. Nobody else heard it at immediately, no.
All right, I will say, halt. Who goes there?
It looks up at you, and as you speak, it doesn't make any sound. It just steps back, begins crawling backwards away from you, and in a flash, it just begins to run away.
Can I pursue it?
Sure. One sec. It begins continuing down the path. Do you like completely follow it? Like, how long are you gonna pursue it?
Maybe just like 100 feet or so.
Okay. You're able to follow it. It moves rather quickly. And then it starts to climb into a tree. Roll me a perception check.
19.
Okay, you're able to track it and watch it. It looks like it's fleeing pretty far away from you guys, now in the trees, like climbing and jumping from tree to tree. It's very agile. And
Yeah, I think if it's going tree to tree, I can't really.
yeah,
track it anymore.
you notice. Yeah, you notice it's making its way away from you and head back to the camp. Okay.
And I just make sure everybody is still okay, that nothing happened during the few minutes I was gone.
Yeah, everything seems fine. Everybody's sleeping, and yeah, you don't see anything else.
All right.
Okay. So, you guys all rest through the night, but each of you sleep and have a bit of a restless night.
Oh boy, point of exhaustion. Death house all over again.
I really hate
Thurkarel.
Barovia.
Thurkarel, as you sleep, as you were trancing that night, you dreamt. You dream. You see a vision of people. People who look similar to you, except they're somewhat different. Same features. So elves, maybe? They look like they're elves. You're the same race as you. You see many of them. Men, women, children. But then suddenly a plague of darkness surrounds them and covers them. You reach out, but This darkness consumes. You hear the screams of women and the screams of small children. They scream in anguish, crying for help. You run toward them, try to help to get closer, but as you approach them, their bodies fall limp to the ground. All that remains are elven men standing there sobbing at the dead bodies of these elven women and children. Then you awake. Tira, as you sleep, you dream. You see someone. A person. It looks like an angel. They're hovering over you. They also look like you. They emit this radiant light. And for a minute, as this light is emitting in front of you, it's almost as if you feel the warmth of Helm himself. And then suddenly that warmth begins to fade. And the light from this angel begins to fade. And you see darkness surrounding this angel. The darkness quickly sucks up the light. Only a small spark remains. And you wake up. Gizzard. As you sleep, you dream. You see a young girl. She's sitting down at a long table with dozens of seats lined up. The girl's dressed very nicely, long, elegant dress, her hair tied up. And you see the table is filled with lavish food, drinks, desserts, cakes. It's a banquet in front of you, or in front of this girl. You stand and you see the girl she's dressed nicely, sitting down at the table. You walk up. You're ready to sit down at the table too. Nobody's sitting with the two of you. But as you sit down at the end of the table, she's at the other end. A figure appears behind her. A dark, looming figure. It's hard to make out what it is. She sits there innocently. You cry out to try to alert her of this figure behind her, but she doesn't hear. The figure leans down and bites at her. She falls limp. All the food begins to spoil in that moment. Everything turns to rot. And you wake up. Torhas, as you sleep, you dream. You see an older man. He stands in front of a looming tower. As he looks up at the tower, he grasps a sword shining in silver in his hand, and he approaches the tower slowly. Slowly, slowly, he walks up to the tower. A woman you see not far from you cries out into the distance to come back, but he does not listen. She looks to you and says, "Please, help him. He needs to come back." And you run up and try to grab him to come back. As you get closer and closer, it seems like you're not getting any closer, and he keeps walking to the tower, and you wake up. The four of you have a long rest and wake up the next morning.
Hooray.
Oh, too bad.
Little girl, I'm going to get up and go check out. I think she was sleeping in the cart, right?
Yep.
Arabelle? I'm just gonna go and check on her as soon as I wake up.
Torhas wasn't too far from the cart too.
You wake up. She's there. She's still sleeping actually, but she's remains there sleeping.
And as the camp begins to rouse, I would mention the cloaked figure crawling that I saw, and kind of describe the direction it went off.
Torhas will kind of like shrug it off a little bit. He's like, we see weird things almost every night. I'm starting to think it's just what it's like here.
And
I
I
would-
would check on Ismark and Irina and see if they had any weird encounters or dreams overnight too.
Yes, I did. Irina speaks up. You know, while I was in Valaki for some time, I wasn't having bad dreams, but now the dreams have returned. Ismark says, I feel as long as we're out in these woods, I think we may continue to have dreams.
Torres nods.
I true had dreams. I
Did
don't
you
mean
all-
to pry. What did you dream of?
I dreamt, Ismark speaks up, I dreamt of a town being consumed by something, an entity. A monster came in and was wreaking havoc in the town, and I tried to save the people and I couldn't. Irina says, I had the same dreams I always have. Whereas if I'm peacefully sleeping and there's somebody over me, watching me as I sleep. It's the same dream I have always. What about you? What did you all dream of?
I dreamt of my people dying, consumed by a plague of darkness.
I'm gonna perk up but stay silent when I hear Thurkrell say that.
I dreamt of some old guy with a sword going to like this tower. And that's kind of it. Taurus
I
looks
probably
like
would have.
wizard.
Yeah. Well, I would have woken Arabelle up.
Okay.
I don't know if I would have been part of the conversation or not, but
Mhm.
I would have woken her up and just say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think it's time for us to go though. We're going to start getting ready. Should wake up.
Okay. Okay. And Rictavio or Rudolph does begin preparing the wagon. Right, we should be on our way then. Anything else anybody needs before we continue along the path? We should just be a few hours away from the tower.
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. So you guys continue traveling, and you will make it to Van Richten's tower. As you approach the tower, Rictavio is actually surprised as he sees another wagon outside.
Should we refer to him as Rudolph or Rictavio?
He would ask you to keep calling him Rictavio for secrecy reasons.
Okay, got it.
So you guys see, actually, let me just... You come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is a barrel-topped wagon spattered with mud. And as Rudolph sees this other wagon, he immediately gets off and runs to this wagon. I know that wagon. And he runs up to it.
Toras will like hastily fall behind, like, whoa, whoa, be careful. We don't want to just run out. Oh, okay. You know it?
Yes.
Is this like a good kind of knowing? Is this a bad knowing?
It's good, but also bad. It's one of my comrades. She's here.
So we should go find her, right?
Yes. I worry for her.
Why? Is it you worry because she's not here with the wagon?
Yes. Just don't touch the wagon. Don't touch it.
Got it.
He takes a few steps back. This could be a trap.
What is her name?
Her name is Esmeralda. She was a companion of mine. I trained her from when she was a young girl. She's like a daughter to me. I didn't know she was in Barovia. She shouldn't be here. I told her not to come.
Does she specialize in hunting things that are not vampires?
She, like me, specializes in hunting vampires.
Is she just less experienced? Why shouldn't she be here?
I didn't want her to meet the same fate that I expect to meet.
Toras kind of nods. Okay,
She
fair
has-
enough.
She has much potential, and I was hoping... I told her not to come to Barovia, that this was my fight. We must find her.
Do we have any idea where she would have gone?
Do I see any footprints on the ground?
Roll me a investigation check. You see no sign of footprints around. This could be her, or it could be Strahd playing some sick trick on me.
I'm going to use Divine Sense and examine the wagon without touching it.
You don't sense any evil here.
Well, that's a good sign.
But what if it's neutral and you can't sense it?
Well, I mean, that's still better than evil.
It's true.
Or what if it's a dog killer?
I already know
And
where
it's
you
not
are.
evil. Heh.
You all go inside the tower. I must go. I must seek her out immediately.
Don't you think at least one of us should come with you? Do you want me to come with you?
No, it's quite all right. Listen, if you go into the tower at the top, there will be something useful you all can have.
My question is, what if it is Strahd playing a game?
If it is a game,
you.
it is my fight to have with him.
How,
Well,
how
if
can
I
we...
share the same goal as you, don't you think I should be there? Or them?
I do not want to drag you all into the personal matters that I have with Strahd. If he
How
is
can we repay you for... Oh, sorry.
if he is playing a game here, I will face it. And you all
Torhaus is gonna place both his hands on Rudolph's shoulders. Go, you're being a bit ridiculous. Just letting you know. Maybe you should take a moment to think.
roll a persuasion check.
15. Hello?
Yeah, 1 sec, sorry.
Oh, no, I thought my internet went out. I was like,
Oh.
I didn't hear anybody for a second. Because he kind of just heard that Torhaus also has a personal vet.
Yeah. You're right. Yes, we should go inside and grab my things. And
How
then we
can we
must.
repay you for the help you've given us and for the help you offer now?
You can help me by going to Castle Ravenloft when the time is right and fighting Strahd himself.
Oh, we plan it.
I did not expect to drag anybody else into this. To be completely honest with you all, I had planned to go fight Strahd, and if I die, I die. I did not want to drag anybody else into this. But you all have shown great will here. Within Valaki, you've done many strong-willed things, and I think you may all be able to help me see a different light on things. Esmeralda, she tried to convince me otherwise, but I was too hot-headed about things, I feel. All right. Let's go inside.
Where were you planning to search for her? If you went alone,
Well,
where would you have gone?
I worry that she might be going to Castle Ravenloft herself.
How far away from Castle Ravenloft?
Quite a few days away, actually. Capital Ravenloft was not far from Barovia, the village of Barovia, where you guys first started.
Oh, so yeah, that's right. So, Taurus, like, don't you think she would still have her wagon? Like, that's really far away.
Perhaps. If I know anything about Esmeralda, though, her wagon... She might have taken the good things and left a booby trap on this one, so we should be careful with opening it. I wouldn't even attempt it.
Noted.
But... I just hope that she didn't make her way to Castle Ravenloft by herself.
I feel that would be a mistake.
I agree.
I think if we mean to end Strahd, we will need to work together.
I agree. And, you guys begin to approach the tower. Okay, no. Yeah, you guys approach the tower. Well, let's stop there. As you guys walk up, you see, I didn't save the image to D&D Beyond, but you see a tower that has, I'll post it in the D&D chat. It has a door with this weird runes, across it. Here it is for everybody else on the stream. And you guys are greeted by this as you are about to enter into Van Richten's tower. And we will call it a night there. And next session, we will start off by entering into the tower.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Good work, guys. You guys did really good this session.
That went by really fast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a little bit shorter because we started a bit later, but we also, I think, went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That session was pretty long too.
Yeah, you guys did a lot last session, but you concluded the Valaki. Hey, thanks, Archon. You guys concluded the Valaki arc. Unless you...
For now.
For now. For now.
We may have to go back to keep the Baron in line.
Yeah, yeah.
Give him a
So-
I don't know. Your
Good.
intimidation is pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, but you know, you can't just leave a threat like that there. You gotta go back and verify that it's actually being
Yeah,
heeded.
sure.
Plus, we may want to go and check on that wine shipment.
And maybe
And
see if we can
Father
help his
Lucian.
son
Mm-hmm. That too.
Lots of
with
stuff.
whatever the magic. I don't know.
He's hungry.
No, the Hungry Son was in Father
Oh, that's right.
Donovich's church. right?
Yeah.
They all blur
that was
together.
over in the village.
He's probably gonna starve to death by the time
Yeah,
we get
he's
back
already
to
dead.
there.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. And you guys had some really creepy dreams, so woo.
I don't know. Taurus's wasn't that creepy.
That's true.
It was pretty tame.
And possibly some creepy hallucinations.
Yes, that too.
I mean, I don't know if like the cloaked figure or the wagon were real or
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, but Tiro woke up Toras from his deep sleep to
Yeah, it's like, bitch, what you want?
and then there was nothing. Okay. Thank you, stream, for hanging out today and watching the session. We will return again next Sunday to see what happens with Van Richten's tower and maybe even go to Kresk from here. We'll see where things take them. They do still have Arabelle, the young girl, so.
Yeah. Get her back to her family.
Yep.
And Tara lost her manacles.
And Tira lost her manacles, her expensive
Oh, yeah, no,
manacles.
I'm going to deal with that with Toras in the morning.
Yeah, as you guys are searching the tower, you're gonna get an earful from Tira.
They're going to be an
And he'll be like,
IOU.
why'd you wake me up? Again.
Okay. All right. Thanks, stream. We'll see you all next week or later this week because I'm streaming later on Monday, tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, chat.